Okay. Hey, hey! Oh! And finished. Let's head back.
Ah, you're back. Next time, then.
Wow! Hey! I've got a good idea. Oh, yeah. Oh! Yes!
No, I have not, Azure Hawk. And I'm not sure, Dakota.
Oh, you want to do it? Okay.
Hey, Darkstar. Oof. Honestly, no, SA2K. Like, other than earlier. Eh.
Yes! Okay.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Hey! Nice going!
All right.
Well then.
Morning! How do you like being packed in like sardines, city style? I bet you've had enough. I don't mean to joke around. I just don't know what to do. I get anxious unless I'm doing something, yet here I am suddenly with nothing to do. It's so awful just waiting for the results, isn't it? It's so worrying.
Hi, Steam Tears.
You too, huh? Of course you are. Sorry for asking such a weird question. I guess all we can do is wait. I wonder how Shiho's condition is too. Man, all this heavy talk first thing in the morning. Both of us need to switch gears.
Why is that suddenly not working, by the way? Just out of curiosity. I can still use the map to warp around, but I can't use the shortcut thing they built into the game. Yeah, I guess my point is it's been doing that for like 5 days in a row, Don Crow. Pretty much ever since I got out of the palace, actually. And by pretty much, I mean literally since I got out of the palace. Well... I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, no, apparently not. Okay, the minimap is horrible to read, yes, I would agree. It's kind of mitigated by the fast travel. Got it. Can't advance there until I get higher
Take
guts. Where the heck would I raise guts? So I can go to the library to raise it. Well, there might be a different film playing. Hello, Cloudy. I'm glad you like them, Darkstar. And I do highly recommend you play GTA 5. It's, pretty good. This improves our guts. Sure. Hey, Justin.
well then.
I'd hope that some slumdog brat wins so much prize money. It's just not possible. You must have cheated.
No, it wasn't cheating. It was destiny.
Those seats look so uncomfortable. My god. There we go. Still at Guts 1. Yeah, I know, right, Azurheart? I can just picture the pain I'd be in after that film. Ugh.
Let's head back.
Yeah, there's a reason nowadays I pretty much insist on going to the nice theaters. It's more expensive, but the seats are pretty much mandatory.
Next time, then.
Okay, apparently I still can't hang out with him. Whatever.
I should write something.
Just get a random save in here. I can, but I don't think my bond with Sohiro will deepen just yet. Alright, well, let's do it then,
All
I
right,
guess.
then.
See what happens. Aww. But, god damn it.
Thanks.
Well, that was a complete waste of time.
I got a chance to talk to. Look, knowledge isn't enough. You all plus the Really? But I.
Did you know you can raise social stats?
Hey, this applies to you too.
It's a waste of time.
You get it.
Morning!
I just remembered. You.
Okay. Of course I know the theorem named after this. I know everything. It's the four-color theorem.
This is it.
Correct.
Nice going.
It's okay, I'm sure the psychotic practicants have nothing to do with the plot.
Really?
Hey. Ryuji. Yeah, sure.
Oh, hey. Wanna get going?
Thank you very much, card thrower. Much obliged as always, sir. Thank you. I don't suppose you know where you'd like to put that, as far as increasing future priority.
Whoa!
Oh no, it's evil people. We're the rich kids, and we've got expensive stuff, and we only care about winning. Oops. Hey, Max Time. God, how many movies had that premise for years there? You want to train with us? I'll be friendly. I mean, it's that or I beat the crap out of you. Your pick. I'm ambivalent. So, they're blaming him for what Kamoshida was doing. Because he's the one who decided to act out. Huh. You got it, card thrower. Titanfall 2. So noted. Hey, rank 3.
All right.
Yep, star player. And he just, I don't know. I just want to kill all these people, you know? What do you want from me? Just run through here with chainsaw. Kind of skipping over the occasional person.
See ya.
Like I see Ryuzi. No, don't gotta kill him. See Anne. Don't gotta kill her. Everyone else. I don't blame you, man.
Ah, you're back.
Yep, and I'm not gonna waste my time with you today. Maybe. Hang on, let's check. Nope, we're not wasting time this time.
Next time, then.
But we are gonna do this. First, we're gonna do this, actually. Exactly, Meat Fist. Now hold still while I kill you.
Nice. Nice.
Apparently, I can't feed the plant. Alright, whatever.
Hmm. Hey, hey!
Does this take up time doing the crossword? Alright, in that case. Well, it's not semesters. This doesn't fit. That's probably an E, because that's probably an X. Hello, Ezra's. I was a straight A student, with one exception. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I could put a second S there. Or rather, a third S. I didn't see that I had a third S. Whoop! Hey, SJ.
All right.
I see. Nice.
You gained a minuscule amount of knowledge. So I'm told cleaning doesn't give me a lot of kindness. But that's what I need, is kindness. So unless there's something else that's going to give me more kindness, I'm going to clean. And I'm also stuck here, doing nothing. I must stab. It's the only way. Ugh. Feed the plant. Can't do it. Wouldn't let me. Also doesn't take time. To the bathhouse. Oh, that's right. I can actually go out now, can't I? To the bathhouse. Wait, this doesn't give kindness, though. Where's a kindness place? Here. Got it. Cleaning. Back to cleaning. I mean, I need all eventually, but right now, what I really need is kindness. To the massage parlor.
Hey! Well then.
Oh.
Hmm. That should do it for now.
Got 1 point of kindness. Wow.
Hey!
Which character, Darkstar, if you don't mind my asking? Well, we could, Dakota. Holy crap.
Whoa!
Hmm.
Oh, hey. Hey.
Uh-oh, but my bond won't deepen. Ah, we'll go and hang out with him.
Wanna get going?
Why not? I totally have a gift for him. Actually, don't I? No, I saw a gift for him, but I didn't have the money for it. Goro Akechi? I don't even remember who that is, Darkstar. So that probably doesn't help. Sure. Gotcha something. Nope. That was not good. Alright, whatever.
See ya!
Ah, you're back.
Oh. Nice.
I do, in fact.
Now listen up.
What do you want to do?
Let's study.
Make sure your clothes up.
Can I talk?
You're still pathetic in every way.
Hey. Nice.
Hmm. Hey, Cord. It turned out alright. I need to add more herbs next time. I'm actually going to cook up some hamburger patties tonight. Hopefully those will be herby enough.
Oh, hey.
Let's hang out with Ryuji.
Wanna get going?
Because he's kind of cool. Well, that's way over there. Holy moly. I do not know how to make good curry, no.
Alright.
I wish I did, because holy crap. That took me a second, Hazardous. Sure, Dunkro, why not? I'm not actually joking, Darkstar. I don't remember the character, I'm sorry. I don't know if you know this, but I don't tend to remember games I do ruminations on. So I don't remember much about this game. Vanilla. Oh, wrong button. Hang on, let's see where we're at here. Okay, we're charged. No, I believe you, Darkstar. Let's see. I remember the final boss. I remember Shido. I remember Kamash... Whatever the guys we just took down, his name I keep screwing up. And... Morgana. And Sai, kind of. And I think that's kind of it. As far as characters that I really retained. I can now dash while stealthing. Ooh.
All right.
Guys, I'm not going to remember. So, okay, obviously you don't hear this, so let me explain this. I gotta explain this again. Have you ever crammed for a quiz or a test, like in college, for example? Or back in high school? And really, you're just like, and you're just, okay, and then you do the test. And then, like, a week later, you can't remember anything you just crammed. That's how I've done ruminations for the past several years. I've actually shown demonstrable evidence of the fact that I don't retain the games. Because when I've streamed games, I've actually not remembered several aspects of them. And so it was kind of a blind playthrough. So this is effectively a blind playthrough, except for the fact that I know certain tidbits about it.
You're back.
Grandia? Yeah, I remember Grandia. Mostly I remember the first town, because that town was awesome. The second town, though, that town was totally cool with forcing a woman into marrying a jackass just because he was very popular in the area. And we had to get out of that, and that meant going over the wall, and then we fell over and we survived somehow. And yeah, I remember plenty of Grandia. I remember games I stream.
Hey. Hey.
Laura doesn't have amnesia. Laura just crams. Like, I just described this. And yeah, as Haz just says, if you're good, you tend to retain about 10%. I couldn't even tell you what I said in the Mass Effect 3 rumination that went live today. I think I talked about the builds concept, because I think that's
Nice.
when it really came into my awareness. But other than that, I got nothing. I guess we'll read. Come on, there you go. We could read or study. A game that doesn't have voice acting that I wish did. Like, all? I'm actually a fan of good voice acting, so... I could do the bathhouse instead. What do you guys think? Should we bathhouse, or should we study? Or read? You know what? I don't know why I'm asking this. I shouldn't be getting advice. Instead, I should just do things. With wanton abandon.
Wow. What do you want to do?
Why ginger?
Oh.
If you saw the earlier boss fight, you'd know that this is an exceptionally anime game. I actually had the thought that I feel like one of the reasons they have the metaverse the way they do is so they can be as anime as they want without having to hold back. Because it's the metaverse. They can do whatever they want with it. It's okay. In 8 years, I'm sure I'll be dead, Hazardous. So I just remember what you were actually referencing there. So I do remember that. Don't worry, though. Lore 2 will show up then, and then you guys are going to wish you still had Lore 1 around. So Charm's at 2? No, Charm was already at 2. We already had Charm 2.
Want to head back?
No, Mr. Red. So thank you, Veldrin. Thank you very, very much.
Hey!
Very, very much appreciate your support. Thank you so, so much. And I will put that towards Mega Man Zero, just for you. And totally not because I'm really looking forward to playing them. Thank you. Let's finish reading Zorro. We must be kind!
Yep. Hey, hey!
He was strong in mind and body, but cared for people. Caring? Never heard of that. Oh, finally! Kindness 2. We are considerate and head-turning, but bumbling and oblivious. I have played all the Mega Man games except for the Star Force ones.
Morning.
But yeah, Mega Man...
The meeting is the day after tomorrow. I wonder if Kamoshida really had a change of heart. What if we failed? That's all I've been able to think about.
I actually like several aspects of Mega Man Zero's story, but I also very much dislike several aspects of it. Later on, Mega Man in general's story started going into cuckoo crazy land, and I'm not a fan of that, admittedly. The games are fun, at least, and brutally, ridiculously hard, but that's neither here nor there. At least the Zeros.
We did do what we could. I guess all I can do now is believe. But how strange. I feel a bit better now. Maybe it's because of your composure? We'll be able to avenge Shiho, and you won't get expelled. After break, we'll all be able to laugh together. That's what I'll believe.
I don't want to go into too many specifics for spoilers, Mitch Connor, but yeah, it gets into utter nonsense land.
Hi, everyone. Let's hear it.
Hang on, let me use my handy-chandy cheater thing here. Wait, really? That's it? I actually know what Wunderkind actually means. So, all this is defining what it means.
This is it.
That's correct.
Usually I hear the word Wunderkind used as an insult, actually. And not just in Star Trek. Yes, we are the Wunder Thieves. We steal wonder. Anyone today? Nope.
Really?
Let's see. So, yeah, let's hit the library first and foremost. That's true, card thrower. That is very
What
true.
would you like?
I'd like to return this book.
Thank you. What would you like?
I'd like to borrow a book. I want all the books. I would like my books, please. You're right, Hazardous. I was actually going to do that during the break, and I just didn't have time. I'll do it right now. And then I'll get barraged with emails. That's what usually happens. No. Okay. New post. What month is this? June? Yes. There. Post is up. Alright, let's see. Well, I do need guts in order to take that medicine, so...
Here.
And what's Makoto doing here? Okay, now you're probably wondering, how do I remember Makoto? Actually, I don't. I have no idea who this character is in lore. But I remember her appearance. Because, for some reason, it was extremely popular for a bit there for women to cosplay as her. And so I saw several cosplayers who were cosplaying as Makoto, which was from Persona 5. That's about all I got on that. I'm sure she has a character. So... here, right?
Hey! Hey!
Hi, Sidicusis. I'm glad you liked it. I will study at the table.
At a time like this?
Futaba, I have no idea who that one is. No, just study.
Man.
The 5th is when the monthly Patreon post goes live, which it in fact has.
Hey!
We were actually doing alright, and then he one-shot me, Mouse.
Hey!
Twice. And considering how ridiculously long that fight is, we decided to just go ahead and move on. If your eyes meet his, he's going to kill you. And yeah, I've already started getting emails. I already have 3!
Whoa.
I should probably put this over here so you don't hear the bzzz every few seconds. There we go. You gained a minuscule amount of guts. I need to raise guts fast. Is there like a major guts raising thing right now? You know, more than 1 point of guts? I mean, I guess that's technically 2 points, but it's split up into knowledge and guts. I guess I could try the burger thing. You mentioned that last time, too.
Ah, you're back.
And I'm ready to kill everyone. Right, I need to raise stuff.
Next time, then.
You got it, Sidicusis. I'll make a note of it right now, just in case it goes through. Okay. Let's see if our plant needs more plant food. Very important. Very important.
Nice.
Damn it. Okay. So we can raise our... let's raise knowledge. Or... Oh, I must have completely misheard it. Oh, no, I see it. I see it. That's not actually a notification, and I usually don't count those because those can be fake sometimes. But since Sidicus has just said, yeah, I will take that as thing. So if you're still there, Sidicus, thank you very much for the sub. Appreciate it as always, and I've put that towards Star Ocean 2. Okay, let's just warp over here. So I need to be bold to advance her thing. Okay, next time. Well, I haven't heard him talk about that yet. Okay, so she
Take care.
caught it. Morgana actually just flat out said, you should study at the library to raise guts. Well, let's do Bathhouse, because we could... Oh, that will improve charm. Never mind. Proficiency, charm, or kindness or studying. Well, I haven't even touched proficiency. But... even a chance for more guts is worth it. Nom, nom, nom. I do know, but thank you, Cartel.
Whoa.
Kill to be that skinny.
Want to head back?
Sunday, the day of death.
Well then. Nice.
Well, hopefully Zach out.
What do you want?
Yes, take all my money. This will increase my proficiency.
Well then. Nice.
By 1 minuscule point. Whoa! Okay, never mind. We're up to 2 proficiency now. Yay! We're still oblivious and pathetic.
All right.
Let's see what gerbs we got.
What are your thoughts?
That's a fair point. It just became May. We could check the restaurant. Well, I should at least apply for this job.
Okay. Whoa.
Alright, hang on. Where was that restaurant? Is that the restaurant? I think that, yeah, that was it. That was it. It's down here. I know. Can you imagine if getting a job was that easy in real life? Jesus.
Hey,
6th of May. Okay. I do, in fact, have the DVD player, yes. This way for that. I'll waste all my money on these things.
yep. Perfect.
Alright, here's like most of the rest of my money.
Hey, hey.
Welcome.
Let's see, charming, kindness, proficient, guts. The X folders. Wow. Yeah, no kidding, Ezra's. Okay, so we could. So we have 3 slots on a Sunday, right? Because we don't have to do school. So we could watch work. Actually, I think that's exactly. No, we don't. Oh, for God, we have the whole day. Come on, game. Okay, whatever. All right, fine. I accept. Well, I do want to raise guts. So, let's teleport here. Actually, no, that's going to be my second action. Let's go to work at that place where we got the job, which I think was here. Hello, Counterbangs. This place, I think? Yep, I'm right.
What do you want to do?
Let's do a work. It's because I need some money. And by some, I mean I need millions.
Nice
millions.
to meet you. Good luck.
Hey!
Here.
Money, money.
You did great.
I made 32 bucks in a day, which actually isn't that isn't bad for a job I just signed up to. You can see right now, Scary Monster. If you type into chat !review or like 20 other commands, it'll give you a link to a document where I have written down what each plus and minus is.
Want to head back?
You can also suggest ones. Part of the reason I stream these is to get feedback.
Hey!
No, I do not, card thrower.
I'm sorry I can't offer more reassurance, but he should have the change of heart. Let's just believe in that while we wait for tomorrow.
Yep.
Well then.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go watch the shoe. Sure, Mitch Connor, what do you got? There we go.
Hey!
Yay! I has DVD.
Oh.
The X Falters. Actually, let's check the plant really quick. Make sure the plant's alright. Okay, we're good. Cool.
Oh!
Good morning, Ennui. Right. The other TV.
Oh!
Wait, you can order things online and they'll be delivered to you? Wow.
Hey!
See you around, Dakota. See, if I do that, I'm going to have to get more money before next Sunday, or else I'm not going to be able to afford the juice. So I might go for that just to make absolutely certain that I'm going to have the money ready to go next Sunday. Yeah, I think I'll play it safe. So, gating mechanics, Mitch Connor. I'll have to pay attention for that. In fact, I'll jot down a note about that. Over here.
Well then.
Wait, I have to wait for something to be delivered? What the hey?
Hey,
Okay, now I go watch DVD. Let's increase our guts by watching X-Files. And increase our confusion stat.
Oh!
Good night, Hazardous.
Wolf, you can't be serious. You think aliens did this?
I've heard it all before, Skullsy. But just look at these bodies. They can't be from Earth.
Hey, hey.
I'm sorry. So my mom was a fan. Hey, Guts too. We can finally do the medic thing. My mom was a fan of X-Files, so I ended up watching most of the show with her. I say most because, if you remember, the show kind of kept going. And then it actually got started up again. And I haven't seen the last season or the actual last season.
All right.
Well then.
Well, we can now do the medic thing, except we can't because the plot's going to jump in here, so...
This is no good.
Funnily enough, I usually didn't like the Monster of the Week episodes of X-Files.
What's with the sudden morning assembly?
I bet it's about that girl that jumped the other day.
They don't have to tell us not to commit suicide.
There was that weird calling card too, so I guess the teachers are freaking out.
Hey, everyone in chat, don't commit suicide.
Practice got canceled though.
I feel like I'm gonna faint if this takes forever.
Let's begin this school-wide morning assembly. As you all know, a tragic event took place the other day. Thankfully, we have been informed that she has pulled through, but it will take time until she recovers. Everyone here has a bright future ahead. I implore that you rethink the importance of life and... Mr. Kamoshida, what's the...
I have been reborn. That is why I will confess everything to you all.
Huh? What's wrong with Mr. Kamoshida?
I mean, the NPCs literally don't have faces there.
Volleyball team do something?
I have repeatedly done things that were unbecoming of a teacher. Verbally abusing students, physically abusing my team, and sexually harassing female students. I am the reason why Shiho Suzui tried to kill herself.
Sexual harassment? What? Why would he say that himself?
He is
Volleyball
the
team?
worst.
Really? Physical abuse?
I thought of this school as my own castle. There were even students that I sentenced to expulsion, simply because I didn't like them. I will, of course, rescind those. I am truly sorry for putting innocent youths through such horrible acts. I am an arrogant, shallow, and shameful person. No, I'm worse than that. I will take responsibility. I kill myself.
I just said no suicide, Kamoshida.
Kill himself?
Mr. Kamoshida is, not well.
Mr. Kamoshida, please get off the stage for now. Everyone, return to your classes!
Don't run, you bastard! Shiho's still alive, even after all the things that made her want to die! You have no right to run from this!
You're right. You're absolutely right. I should be punished under the law and atone for my crimes. I did horrible things to Takamaki-san as well. In return for giving Suzui-san a position on the team, I tried to force her into having relations.
Disgusting.
For a position on the team?
I feel so
That's
bad
horrible.
for
So the rumors
Takamaki-san.
weren't true.
As of today, I will resign from my position as an instructor and turn myself in. Someone please call the police!
The police?
Is he for real? He's gonna get
Wow.
arrested?
This morning's assembly is over. Return to your classes immediately.
Isn't this just like what that calling card said?
Does this mean the Phantom Thieves thing was for real?
Was something done to Kamoshida?
Come on, there's no way you could steal someone's heart.
But why else would he start saying things like he'll kill himself or turn himself in?
Maybe because it almost got leaked? Don't they go easier on you if you turn yourself in?
I wonder what happened.
Who knows? But man, Kamoshida turned out to be one sick bastard.
Hey, is this for real? He's turning himself in just like that? What's going to happen to the
No
voters?
sense.
Tamarasi will show up
This
now.
is gonna be a big...
Return to your classrooms at once.
His heart really did change.
Seems like it. But was this really for the best?
I mean, we can kill him if that makes you feel better. Is that your preference? Jesus Christ, dude. Now, if I could just... This is pure theory. I don't actually know if this is true, but my take on this is... How do I phrase this? Let's assume for a moment that you're a decent human being. I know, it's really hard to cognate, but if you can, just for a second, pretend that you're a decent human being, okay? Now, I want you to imagine that you are suddenly implanted with memories of you doing really horrible stuff. How would you react to that? This actually came up in All of the Weird Places in an episode of Voyager, which is actually a pretty decent episode right up until the ending, at which point it suddenly becomes terrible. Because what happens in that exact episode is legitimately good people, who are decent people, are forced, like, they're basically violated, let's call it what it is. These thoughts of them being horrible and murderous and bloodthirsty killers, these thoughts are forced upon them. And they break as a consequence of that. That's the part where the episode shines. Especially Garrett Wong, who plays Harry Kim. He does a really good job of portraying someone who is just mentally shattering because he cannot deal with the guilt of what he remembers he didn't do. Anyways, that's kind of how I take this. Now, obviously, we didn't externally implant memories into him, but it's more like we took the part of him that would do those horrible things away from him. Memorial is the name of the episode, Sigma 25. I don't remember the season, forgive me. The idea here is that... Yeah, that's another one about that Azure Hawk. The idea here is that, imagine if you were able to literally rewrite someone, the Jenga tower analogy, and remove the part of them that makes them a horrible person. So they still did those horrible things, but all of a sudden they are no longer a terrible person, and that's why he goes forward and he just kind of goes, and just breaks down for a week, and then in front of the class. Now that's just my take. I don't actually know if that's legitimate or not.
Yeah, it's gotta be. But things are happening way too fast. Huh? What the... Takamaki-san, I'm sorry.
Huh?
We all knew, but we pretended we didn't.
Takamaki-san, I had you all wrong. I'm sorry that I spread rumors about you.
I didn't know at all. Oh, Kamoshida was forcefully pushing himself on you. It must have been so hard for you.
I'm sure there's a ton of people who want to apologize to you. We're so sorry.
The Jenga Tower thing is something someone else actually mentioned in chat yesterday, I want to say. I don't remember who it was, please forgive me. But it was a good analogy, because the whole idea is you're completely 100% removing something from someone's identity. Hence, taking out the piece of the Jenga Tower. And of course, remember the whole goal here is to remove the piece without screwing them over. We know that if you take out that piece and screw it up, they're effectively brain dead. Hence the Jenga Tower thing. So it's a good analogy.
No, it's okay. The same goes for me, too. Besides, that's all in the past now.
Hey, you there! return to class at once!
Sure thing, generic dude.
Well, see you later then.
I can't apologize enough for what I did to you. I swear I'll make it up to you someday.
Nah.
Looks like Kamoshida ain't the only one that had a change of heart. Man, I'm glad for you. Looks like those weird rumors are gonna go away.
My thing doesn't
To
really
be
matter.
replaced by other weird
Kamoshida
rumors.
apologize about Shiho. That's more than enough for me.
You should hurry and tell her about it then.
Yeah.
I totally freaked out. He really did have a change of heart. And we were lucky his mind didn't get messed up either. This was an A+ job.
We should do more of it.
Won't have a mental shutdown even if their palace disappears? I see. So we need to persuade the shadow without killing it, and then send it back to its real self. Our targets won't undergo a cognitive collapse if we do that.
So we can get him to confess with no bad stuff? Hey, that works for me.
Do you have to be so loud?
Don't worry about it. So, how'd it go? With Shiho, I mean.
She's regained consciousness.
For real?
It was only for a little bit, but I got to talk to her. I was able to tell her that Kamoshida admitted to what he did. Shiho, she told me she was sorry. Looks like she found out that I was flirting with Kamoshida for her sake. And here I was, wanting to apologize to her.
Kamoshida's at fault for all this.
I know. Shiho's mom is thinking of transferring her to another school after she recovers. The whole sexual harassment and attempted suicide, people will label her after that. Sounded like Shiho had the same idea too.
It's gonna get lonely.
But I think it's for the best. I'm sure it'll be hard if she stays here.
She's alive. You can see her anytime.
I need to change too.
That aside, I was surprised you could hold yourself back against Kamoshida's shadow.
It wasn't like that. I just wanted Kamoshida to apologize himself.
You're so kind, Lady Ann.
No matter how much of a shitbag he was, finishing him off would have left a bad aftertaste, huh?
Huh? That's not it. I think revenge is better served if I make him repent. Realizing what he's done, he'll grovel for forgiveness the rest of his life. You know? I just believe there are fates worse than death.
Ain't that the truth? God damn. Yeah, I know that there's a red-haired girl, because we've already met her in the intro card through, but I have no idea who she is. Like, I don't know anything about her. So, she's there. That's the extent of my knowledge on her. Can you actually mind kill him? Yep. All they would have to... It's actually really simple. All they have to do is kill the shadow. And,
Holy shit. Anyways, that's all settled. But, you know, there was one more thing I was wondering about that castle. Why was Kamoshida the only one who had that metaverse thing?
It isn't necessarily limited to him. It's something anyone could have if their heart became warped from their desires.
Anyone.
Even
Check it out?
me.
Not right now. We better lay low for a while. People are still gonna be talking about Kamoshida. Then again, it's totally impossible for someone to find out what we did at his palace.
Yeah, about that, weird rumors about you guys are already going around. Stuff like you got together and threatened Kamoshida with something close to physical violence.
We would never do that.
People aren't going to easily believe that phantom thieves really exist. The calling card's being treated like it was a prank by someone who knew what Kamoshida was doing.
Makes sense. We're the ones who did it, and I still don't completely believe it myself.
Let's wait for things to settle down for the time being.
Anyways, let's check how much this metal can be sold for. It'd be better if we pawned it off ASAP. Ooh, got a hit! Wait, 30,000 yen? That's all a gold medal's worth?
Remember that time in middle school? I lent you some money.
There's no way I borrowed 30,000 yen from you.
Wouldn't it be around that much with compounded interest?
No.
Interest my ass?
I'm not saying that I'm taking all of it. I mean, it's your fault for not paying me back all these years. It's just common sense.
Ah, damn it.
I agree on laying low and keeping an eye on the situation. However, you dragged me into this. It would be nonsense not to celebrate a successful mission.
I guess we could blow this dirty money on something fun.
Discussions among phantom thieves are to take place over luxurious food. How about it?
Hey, wait! Nah, I guess it's fine. There's somewhere I want to go then.
Where's that?
It's a place Shiho and I have been wanting to go for a while.
I owe money, so I can't complain. You good with that?
I want ramen, dude.
I'll leave it to your discretion as well, Lady On.
Oh, for God's sakes, Morgana.
I'll check the prices later then.
When should we go? Want to do it soon, like tomorrow?
Why not today?
Why don't we go on the last day of the holidays?
Or
It'll
today.
help energize us when school life starts up again the day after.
But today.
Then, the 5th, on Children's Day.
So, who's going to sell this?
Leave that to us. We know a store that'll buy anything, don't we?
Okay, I'll leave that to you guys.
Ah, you're back.
We're going to go out on a dinner celebration thing on the Revenge of the 5th.
No, that one is a fake. It's just a byproduct of his cognition. The real metal should still be in his possession. Kamoshida will never be proud of that once-in-a-lifetime gold medal ever again. Depending on how you look at it, that punishment might be even worse than death for him.
Hey.
We got the stuff. 3 rations, 2 MREs, 2 beef patties. Hey, MK fan. I imagine the pluses and minuses speak for themselves. I will say so far this is probably getting the coffee label, but this even I can appreciate the level of craft that's been put into this cup of coffee. No pun intended for the earlier coffee show thing that I'm totally gonna make a thing someday. Where's our rations? Here we go. Okay. Yeah, let's head to the clinic, since we have our guts now. I would like to suggest a clinical trial.
I apologize.
I can only do that during the day. Damn. Okay, so that means I have 1 nighttime action I could take. So, charm, proficiency, studying? Or... yeah, you know what? Honestly, my gut is to go with studying. So study I shall. Right after we check a few things.
Hey!
I didn't mention anything about a gunshot. I saw the crossword, don't worry. Just checking the plan first.
Nice.
Oh, actually, you know what? We could raise our guts. We should probably do that first. Finish off the DVD. But let's do the crossword.
Hey!
Thank you, MK fan. Flower to be. Yeah, I think you're right. Is there a point in filling out the other ones? I'm just curious. Just seeing.
All right.
I see. Nice.
Okay. You were right. I didn't believe you. Or rather, I was just checking for myself. Okay, so... I'm actually going to do the DVD, I think. Guts. Must be higher. Then, come on. There we go.
Oh!
No, I'm guessing the other time would be for the trivia. I suppose I should see what that does, though, in the interest of checking. You'll notice, by the way, narratively speaking, the game just did something rather amusing, too. We were so hesitant about doing what we were going to do, and then it turned out perfectly.
Man.
Oh, that's just that. Okay.
Hey!
In other words, we have had 2 pushes to convince us to keep doing what we're doing, narratively speaking. Everything worked out perfectly, you know, everyone's happy, beneficial outcome for all concerned. Ergo, we're gonna keep doing this. I don't even remember who the next guy is. Don't tell me. I honestly don't remember.
They're all dead. How could...
Wait. Wouldn't be an X-Files episode without...
Must have infected them. Got into their brains. We need to find those samples, Skullsy. Fast.
Ah.
That's for anybody out there who actually watched X-Files.
Oh!
Yay.
Okay. Well then.
You should go to sleep.
Okay.
So now I have three slots, right? Because I don't have school, right? That's how that works, right?
Sorry, I kind of pressured you into doing this.
Right.
And now to our next topic, Fall from Grace, the story of a dishonored Olympic medalist. Just recently, a high school coach confessed at an assembly that he had been repeatedly abusing students. Given his prior Olympic achievements, this has caused quite a stir. What caused this habitual offender to suddenly confess these heinous crimes to his entire school? The police are hoping that the upcoming interrogations will bring light to this question.
Isn't this...
My friends would come back from practice with bruises all the time. It was scary, but I'm relieved that the abuse is finally going to end now.
He would touch me and stuff all the time. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that sexual harassment anymore. There were always rumors, sure. Not many people believed them, though. Like, I'm totally shocked they were actually true. At least now I can go to school without worrying.
I knew it. This is your school, isn't it?
Things might be getting turbulent at school, but you need to just keep your head down, all right? More importantly, keep those hands moving. I've got some more stuff I need you to do.
Actually, that's a pretty common newscaster technique, Cord, to avoid people's faces being on TV.
Man.
You notice they did it for the guy, too. Yeah, I noticed that too, available for her. You notice I gave another click of the apathy meter here. Alright.
Okay.
For God's sake, it's already evening. Oh, whatever. Let's go sell... Okay, that's weird. Say hi to Coffee Dad.
Now listen up.
Why can't I teleport?
Hey, hey.
Oh, because it's too... I'm sorry, I didn't even notice that. Alright, well, so I already raised that, and it's kind of stormy out, so let's go ahead and study.
Now listen up.
What do you want to do?
Actually... See you around, MK fan. Ah, where was the reading spot? Like, you mentioned it, and I'm not really a fan of how the pop-ups and the interactables work. In fact, I've actually noticed this in several games recently. Is that the spot? That's the spot. Okay, so when you're designing a game, I don't know the proper term, and I think someone told me, but I don't remember right now. There's like an area of interactability that you design. So like, you know, you have to be within certain range or whatever to be able to hit something in order to interact with something. And in my opinion, a properly designed game will have good interactive areas. Luigi's Mansion, that's where that came up. Luigi's Mansion. Because we were playing another game where it did that really badly, where you had to be right on the spot and looking at it in order to interact with it. And that just drives me batty. And this game has that problem, in my opinion.
Now listen up.
What do you want?
Not as bad as whatever other game it was, but it...
Make sure you close up.
Still kind of frustrating. I've noticed in some cases that the pop-up won't even pop up if you don't stop moving. Like if you just walk through an area, it won't pop up. I was having that trouble in the school earlier too. So yeah, let's improve our knowledge, which is still 1. Jeez.
Well then.
We'll get there. We'll be slightly less than worthless. I'm just kidding, we're always worthless.
Make sure to do the dishes.
Okay.
Just do it. Don't get cocky with me.
I just said I was going to.
Welcome.
Am I interrupting something?
Not at all.
Join me. Oh, sorry.
The cause of the runaway train incident in the subway the other day still has not been found. Police are hurrying to solve the matter as it may relate to the rise in psychotic breakdown incidents.
Oh, is that the thing everyone's been talking about?
Doesn't it make you curious? People who were living normal lives suddenly went mad or deranged out of the blue. Not to mention that it's happening one after another. Could they really be coincidental?
Leaving that aside, what do you have?
I'll have the house blend, please. Are you a part-timer? I'm surprised this place can afford one.
No, not exactly.
Are you a high school student? Where do you attend? Oh, someone I know goes there as well. I've heard that things are rough right now. A teacher named Kamoshida confessed his crimes like he was a completely different person, supposedly.
Weird.
And it happened all of a sudden one day. Can a person's mental state change so easily?
Can I jump in here and share something? Because I've been thinking about this with regards to this game, too. Now, I don't remember how, say, Sai? However you say your stupid name is, finds us, okay? But one of the things that I am most amused by on Death Note, one of the things I liked about Death Note, yeah, we'll get there, Donko. She'll say it, and then I'll remember it, is an idea that too often fiction has this thing where something fantastical is just kind of brushed off as if it can't possibly happen because it's fantastical. I mean, magic doesn't exist, and there's no elves, and there's no trolls, and there's no aliens, and there's no superpowers, right? And so people just kind of brush it off. What I like more, and what happens far more rarely, is when people in fiction pay attention to patterns. And basically, without knowing that magic exists, they successfully deduce how magic functions simply by observation. That's what Death Note did with L. He was able to fairly accurately figure out exactly the method by which the Death Note functioned without knowing anything about it, simply by process of logical elimination. Now, I like that. And I don't know if she does that, but it would be kind of cool because, pro tip, if you ever actually get some kind of fantastical power, don't use it in a regular, repeatable fashion that other people can deduce, because, oh, it couldn't be me, I wasn't here, isn't going to fly if someone uses their brain. Actually, you know what, I just thought of another thing that does this, although it does it terribly. You ever see the movie Jumper? In the movie Jumper, it's not a good movie, I don't recommend it, but in the movie Jumper, he robs from banks. He can teleport. So he teleports in, robs a bank, teleports back out, right? And his big excuse is, well, I mean, did you have any piece of me? And did you see me going in? No, of course not. So it couldn't have been me. Yeah, but you mysteriously have all this money that just suddenly ended up in your funding, and right? People were, I mean, granted the paladins and all that crap, but people were able to actually deduce that he was a jumper just because he was being blatant about it. Which makes sense. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm done. Moving on.
Huh.
Is my drink ready yet?
Coming right up.
And yes, Samuel L. Jackson was the antagonist of Jumper. One of them. That was supposed to be a series.
Today's the day we turn in that metal for cash. You know someplace that'll buy it off you, right?
I sure hope so. It's these two right here. Where is... I actually was thinking the gun shop, but honestly, I have no idea where it is. I guess I could just do this. Let's see. It's not on the list. Whatever. See if we can just find it the old-fashioned way. Well, in the interests of fairness, Cubic Skull, I think the problem there is that L had access to ridiculous resources and trust, and that's how he was able to leverage, figuring it out. You know what? Yeah, I'm almost positive it's not here. He would have, Mitch Connor. I agree. It's like okay. Let's imagine for a moment that you can teleport, okay? And you decide to teleport into a casino and rob the casino and bring the money out and deposit it in your bank and go on with your life. You're going to get caught. Dependent on the amount of money you steal, that's really the catch. But all that's going to prevent them from catching you is if you steal a very small amount of money. Because here's the thing. If you steal that money and deposit it into your account, they have records for that. They can track serial numbers. They can literally prove that the money from the casino was put into your account. And on the off chance they didn't care about it that much because they weren't tracking those larger bills, if you didn't steal like hundreds or whatever, in that case they can still track the exact amount of the transactions and the timing of said transactions. There's actually a lot done to keep track of money in real life. Like a lot.
Huh?
And yes, that is basically what money laundering is for. And even money laundering isn't really what you'd call 100% anymore.
Hey.
And he didn't available for it because he was a moron, which goes back to my point. Yay, money. Yeah, sure, I'll take these obviously smuggled goods away with me. What's your attitude? I'm a cop in Japan, and that means I am the law! Okay, I didn't mean that as a commentary on modern things. I was thinking Ace Attorney.
See ya.
What were those detectives doing there? More importantly, aren't you curious about what's in the bag?
Yeah.
Well, come on, let's open it up.
Yeah, let's do it right outside.
A real gun? Wait, I think it's just a model. It's incredible, though. Miles ahead of the one Ryuji had. There's something weird about that place. Hey, I just had a great idea. We should totally buy this gun from him later. I mean, it's perfect. Something this real-looking would work wonders in the metaverse. Anyway, he told you to bring it back the next time you came, right? You should try striking a deal with him when we go to return it.
I hear and obey. But we'll need Guts 4 to do that. Which we're nowhere near.
Oh, hello, it's me. I saw the news. You know, about Kamoshida. It's getting a lot of coverage.
No, here, let me give you a tip, guys. You ever get teleportation powers? Work for the government as an assassin. Okay? Nice, legitimate work. Very above board. We need you to go take out this guy. Okay. Bzz, grab, bzz, orbit, bzz, done. Alright, that'll be $20,000. I've put way too much thought into this kind of crap. In my defense, I've been building my fiction for like 20 years now. 26 years? Anyways. Why would you not want to kill people, Lord Aramon? That's insanity! I'm sorry. Like, I can just picture you saying that with this really banal tone. Like really, really calm and dry, you know. And on the off chance you don't want to kill people, you know. Okay, I needed that. Thank you. Okay.
I don't reaction's been bigger than what I was expecting. I guess I'm just surprised. I don't think we did anything wrong, though. I wonder if we helped those people speak up about it.
Debatable.
That's pretty amazing, huh? I didn't think we'd actually be able to do it. And yet, look at us now. This calls for a celebration. Let's meet in front of Shibuya Station at noon tomorrow. Don't be late. Oh, and did you pawn off that medal? You didn't forget, right? Good to hear. I already made reservations. You should be really excited about the place I chose, by the way. I'm sure everyone's gonna love it. Well, see you guys tomorrow.
I was gonna say, we didn't do anything wrong.
A restaurant of Lady Ann's choosing. Finally, a decent meal.
They're probably not going to allow cats. No, see, here's the problem. First of all, with the Iron Man suit, it would depend on which suit. That's a very important question. But second of all, there's not a lot of ways to get money with teleportation powers. Like, in combat, you're insane. It's even very difficult to actually take advantage of you unless they, catch you while you're literally sleeping, because your reactions are going to be so good. But there's not a lot of ways to legitimately make money by teleporting. There's issues there.
Hey, what do you think we're gonna be eating?
I'm hoping barbecue.
Oh, I could go for some Wagyu beef. It better be grade A. In any case, I'm surely looking forward to it.
Yeah, exactly. Dream Whisperer.
Nice.
See, several people are saying deliveries. No. So here's the problem. All right. How do you determine what to charge? How do you market that? Who do you reach out to try and get the ball started? Because you can't just go on the internet and say, I can teleport. No, you're going to have to be able to demonstrate it. And that means you're going to need to get an in, and you need to get someone who's going to be able to start actually giving you money to be able to do that. Now, my earlier thing about demonstrating killing people with the government, that's easy. All you need to do is be like, hi, so this is this guy from Russia. Or wherever, someplace that isn't wherever you are. And then teleport out, and then teleport in. You can demonstrate it quickly and easily, right? But yeah, then you have the problem that once you successfully convince people that you can teleport, congratulations, you have a lot of attention you do not want. Ignoring the obvious problems that will always happen when it comes to, someone reaching out and trying to, misuse and abuse you, which will happen no matter what, for any kind of superpower. There's also the problem of, you think people get crazy about, celebrities in real life? I have actually seen Chronicle, and yeah, they were morons. I'm gonna throw a bus at you. Why?
I'll just add this.
And yeah, unfortunately, we have to determine the specific rules of teleportation, because there's several subsets. Now, ironically, if we were going to go with delivery, I'll tell you exactly who I'd reach out to. Elon Musk. And I'd be like, hey, how do you want to make a lot of money ferrying stuff to the space station for the government? I don't need much of the percent. Just, demonstrate. Here's the catch, you gotta keep quiet about it. Okay. Although, in fairness, at a certain point, it would get to the point where someone would find out and the news would get out. And you'd be screwed.
Now listen up.
What do you want to do?
Make sure your clothes up.
I gotta be honest, if I had the ability to teleport, I'd probably have some place that's just nowhere near anywhere and completely sealed off. Basically, the only real way to get in would be to teleport in. And that'd be where I sleep. I'd be you know, I'd exist out here and eat and drink and you know, otherwise I live normally. But anytime I go to sleep, I go to the place that you're not going to reach unless you're me. Or you're going to make a lot of noise. God, we're still at Knowledge 1. Yeah, basically the Institute from Fallout. That's not an invalid way to put that.
Well then.
So good.
No wonder Lady Ann chose this place.
Of course it's good. This is a famous hotel after all. Oh yeah, I heard that the police are coming to interview some people at school.
That's troublesome.
Our names are gonna come up for sure. People are spreading all sorts of rumors about us and Kamoshida. But we got him pumped up. I keep hearing stuff like, the Phantom Thieves really stole his heart. I think most people don't believe it, but some of them actually seem grateful. Look at this.
Like, I can totally read that from across the room.
Aficionado website? Well done, Phantom Thieves. Now I can keep going too. Thank you for giving us hope.
Pretty cool, huh?
I was just desperate to deal with my own problems, but seeing people saying all this feels strange.
Yeah. Hey, what do we do now?
We keep doing it, obviously.
Huh? Oh crap, you're totally right! We only got an hour to eat!
Just 50 minutes left!
I'm not gonna finish all the beef dishes at this pace!
I need to eat my way through the entire dessert menu!
In 50 minutes?
Look after our stuff. We'll snag something for you guys too, don't worry.
Oh man, God melts in my mouth.
Seriously? Only meat?
I've done that.
Now, where should I start?
And she's all about the cake.
So happy!
Hey, calories.
Shut up! How much do you think one of these costs? I'll never get the chance to do this again! The Wilton Hotel Cake Buffet! I'd heard rumors, but I never thought it'd be so amazing!
I just want to draw your attention to the sandwich. Do you see that sandwich pretty much in the middle of the table? Middle, kind of down rightish? Near as I can tell, it's bread, ketchup, steak. Like just a big old chunk of steak. And then you've got like tomatoes, lettuce, and then what looks like 2 chunks of ham. Yeah, it's a straight up cartoon sandwich. It's got to be a foot tall.
And where's our share?
I didn't really know what you'd want, so I just grabbed you some beans.
Thanks.
Beans?
There were some pretty bizarre things there too, so we got you a variety of those. Fried bananas, preserved eggs, and some kind of beans.
More beans?
We put so much on the plate that it got all mixed up, but it should probably still taste good.
This is just plain grotesque. Let's go. These two just don't know what fine dining means. We'll show them.
No bet, Dream Whisperer. I've been to buffets like this, by the way. They are not cheap. They're good. They're very, very good. One of these days I hope to take my friend Eric to a buffet just like this. I even know the specific one I'm going to take him to. Actually, if I'm being honest, there's 2 I'd love to take him to.
Leave it all to me. You guys watch our things while we're gone. Wait patiently for our return.
Oh, it's like a meaty explosion in my mouth.
Oh, this part's cream cheese!
They're not even listening.
I do love a good buffet, but emphasis on the word good.
As I'd expect from the buffet at a top-class hotel, the ingredients and variety of dishes are crazy good. There's a reason it costs 8,000 yen.
Yeah,
We have a lot here.
80 bucks a head is about right.
First, let's fill our plate with all sorts of fish. Which table do you think they're at?
So we got meat, rice, salads, fish. Desserts that are too big. Oh, and an invisible wall.
Ooh, look! There's the fish! I'd prefer it raw, but grilled is great too.
Have you heard, my dear? The news about that Kamoshida fellow was absolutely dreadful. Oh, right. That teacher at Shujin Academy, caught doing such indecent acts. Shameful, really.
Not that he was doing them, but that he was caught. How could you get caught? Ugh, amateur. Just more fuel to the fire for how horrible this city is.
Hold on a sec.
And they still haven't managed to solve those horrible psychotic breakdown episodes, have they? Oh, I wish they wouldn't let themselves be distracted by such a tawdry scandal. Perhaps it's a sign of how peaceful this country is. I honestly pity those poor Shujin students, though.
It sounds like the Kamoshida incident is the talk of the town. Shoot! They noticed you! Just grab some food and act natural. On the plus side, we'll get to eat the food later.
I mean, stop meowing.
How did a child like this end up in here?
I have money.
I certainly hope you didn't bring friends. I prefer my meals to remain hooligan-free. Thank you very much. Come, let us go.
What's so bad about kids coming to enjoy a buffet? I wonder how the other people here are reacting to the news. Let's get some more food and listen in.
Apparently Zactaf, jeez.
Please drop on at other tables.
Well, let's go ahead and, hey, ma'am, I'm sorry. And then I, like, lay a hand on her for a second, and teleport her to the moon, and then teleport back. Without her.
Oh, up close it looks even bigger and more delicious. This giant, sweet... I got distracted.
News travels quick. It's already all over the internet. You know, the story about how Kamoshida got his ass kicked by some world-reforming heroes.
It doesn't sound like a serious story to me. Some of the details are pretty far-fetched.
Don't worry about it. We just have to do what they tell us to do. It's all rumors made up by school kids anyway. If it's gripping news, who cares if it's not true?
So they don't believe themselves. But they're making up stories to make the Phantom Thieves seem real. And they're doing this in front of the actual Phantom Thieves. Whoa, act fast and get some food! And make sure it's got a lot of whipped cream!
What's wrong?
Nothing. I thought some weird kid was looking at us, that's all. Why don't we go? It's almost time for the meeting.
Well, that was rude. Did you hear him? He said you were weird.
I'm talking to a cat.
I wonder how the other people here are reacting to the news. Let's get some more food and listen in.
I don't know, Meat Fist. I'm starting to feel better since my headache is finally starting to recede a little bit. Oh, friggin' time.
Ah, meat! I'm no Ryuji, but a meal is just not the same if you don't have any.
As a long-standing carnivore, I agree. So, you ever heard of Mongolian barbecue? It's actually a type of place as well as a specific chain of restaurant, but point is, you get this stuff where you put food on it, and then you add whatever seasoning or dressing or cooking oil, and then, you know, however you want to put it, you set it up, take it up, and they cook it right there on the spot for you, right? That's how that works. It's good stuff. The first time I ever went, I got a bowl of meat. And I was made fun of for this action. It was really good. It was different meat. It was like 5 or 6 different types of meat. Very little oil. I don't do oil in general. And just a little bit of, I think, salsa, something like that. And then, oh, it was good.
I got distracted.
When you really look at it, he's just an ex-athlete who overestimated himself. He should have just accepted his lot in life and quietly done his job as a teacher.
It's not even an incident we can take seriously. The whole story is pretty ridiculous. We should probably look into it. But we can also just let the low-ranking scrubs handle it.
Look into? I guess they're investigating Kamoshida? They don't sound
I think
very
that counts.
enthusiastic about it, though. Yeah, grab some food! Get the part that's not too fatty.
With you on that one, Morgana.
It's gonna be arriving soon.
We don't want to keep him waiting, so we better get going too. What is he going to discuss with the higher-ups? Well, I'm sure it's more important than lunch.
Nothing is more important than
They
lunch.
still looked pretty shady to me.
Nothing.
Rice is incredible! It's the cornerstone of every great meal!
I've actually kind of stopped eating rice lately because I'm still trying to figure out a good way to flavor it differently. But I got an idea, and I'm going to try it as soon as I'm done going through all the burger meat I bought. Because meat goes bad faster than rice, so, you know. Anyways.
Sorry, I got a bit carried away there.
So the ratings for the news were really that good? It was because it was about that teacher who sexually harassed his student, huh? Was it Kamoshida?
It's all about how you frame it. You've got to cater to the idiotic public. Ratings go up when you show them crude, sensational news and make it easy for them to understand.
How can he be so insensitive? A student almost killed herself because of that Kamoshida.
By the way, do you think these sudden changes of heart might be real?
Well, that's...
Quick, grab some food! Oh, and don't forget the crispy bits.
So, because he had a sudden change of heart, he just confessed to all his crimes?
Who knows? Sorry, but it's time. I have to go. I'll call you again after the meeting.
Ooh, herb water.
A sudden change of heart, huh? I suppose I can't blame him for seeing it that way. Don't think there's anyone else we can listen in on, but it's shocking. So many of the adults here don't seem like nice people.
Remember, adults are useless.
It seems most adults aren't very interested in the news about Kamoshida. Well, now that we've got a nice variety of food on our plates, let's head back to the others.
I use chicken stock or beef stock as my normal. I don't cook rice with water.
You brought a ton back. What do you think about coming up against such a...
Why is there a pizza slice on that plate? No, seriously, look at Joker's plate. He's got a slice of pizza on it. Never be one of those people, okay? You know, you go to a nice place, you go to a buffet, you grab a slice. Don't do that. Unless it's one of those really nice buffets that has really good pizza, don't do that. It's poor taste. It's also a complete waste of money. Like, that's actually a faux pas, socially speaking, because you have just dropped $40 for a slice of pizza. Ahem.
It's cute hearing that from someone like you. Just don't get too excited. Got it?
You're the last person I want giving advice about that, Ryuji.
Or a salad, yeah.
Eating too much, Mona?
There's no knowing when we'll get to come here again.
Sure, but you guys brought back loads of food. It'd be a shame to let it all go to waste. Why don't you help them out, Ryuji?
Oh, we should both help.
Oh, me? I'm way too stuffed. I couldn't possibly help.
She's actively eating.
Yeah, stuffing your face with cake. Whatever, let's deal with this ourselves.
They've got pancakes. Herb water. I'm gonna have to look that up because I've never heard of that. That might be worth trying out. Oh gosh, yeah, that's even worse. So if you go to so how many of you have ever been to cheap Chinese buffets? How many of you have ever been to good cheap Chinese buffets? And if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. It's a specific slice where it's still cheap, but it's actually good, rather than, you know, blah. And that little sliver, that's amazing. When you get you get a restaurant that's right in that slice there. So, me and Sis, when we first moved to a new place some time ago, this is years ago at this point, we went around checking out all the Chinese places to see if we could find any good, cheap Chinese places. We came across one, and we're like, it's all right. And we're going through, and I noticed they had basically a full display, I don't know what to call it, completely dedicated towards really, really crappy-looking pizza. And I've never forgotten that, because out of raw curiosity, I got a slice. Sis, of course, gave me the eye, and I'm like, I was just curious. I took one bite.
There's still more?
Don't give up. Let's keep at it.
We did it.
No, Belgium. We're basically done with it.
For all of us.
I don't really have time to keep doing it. That's why we discontinued it. I said I'd keep doing it up until I finished the Warcraft races, and I did. And we're done. I don't have time to sit, record, plan, buy, edit, render, process, upload.
We won because we did it together.
Good job, you guys. How about one last dish to cleanse your palates?
I know people like her. People with just that kind of metabolism. I hate those people. They must all die. I mean, I don't actually hate them. It's just... You suck.
I recommend the seasonal tart. The grapefruit has both alluring sweetness and a tangy sourness.
Stop. I don't want to hear about sour stuff. This isn't good. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Well, me too. Please, carry me gently.
My, look at that table.
Come now, pay them no attention. I'm sure they must not normally have the chance to eat such exquisite food.
I can only imagine what their parents must be like.
This, by the way, is why we don't have a judgmental counter, because basically every single scene it would go up. We might as well just have a scene counter at that point.
What was that? We don't got time for that. Come on, let's go.
I'm stuffed.
I totally panicked when I saw the closed for cleaning sign at the bathrooms.
You were talking big about eating until you puked, but you really did puke. Are you some kind of moron?
Hey, same goes for you. What floor was that restaurant on?
We came up to get here, so it has to be on a lower floor, right?
What the...
There's still no update on the case.
Not yet. Excuse me, but why are you so involved? It's not something you should be concerned with.
I don't care about your opinion, you incompetent buffoon. When I say pick up the pace, you do it.
Hey, you're cutting in line.
What do you want? We're in a hurry.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you can butt in front of other people if you're in a hurry?
It seems the customer base has changed since I was here last. Have they started a daycare?
Can I just say how much I'm professionally insulted by how similar he looks to me? I mean, obviously he's younger. He's got, a thinner face. And he has a different style of glasses, but we even have similar beards, for God's sakes. The good news is my glasses aren't yellow, so you can tell I'm not horrifically evil.
What?
Sir, we don't have time for this.
I know. Don't bother with him.
What the hell was with that bossy guy?
Shouldn't we head back down?
Yeah, but
No, I'm just that fat, Cubic.
that dick really pissed me off. He wasn't even hiding the fact that he looks down on everyone.
Don't lose your temper over this.
I just can't forgive shitty adults like that.
Yes, I get it. Thank you, game.
What's wrong? You sure? You're not looking so hot.
It's probably because he never eats well. I'm always stuck with canned cat food, too.
Hey, canned cat food is better than dry.
Sir bullshit makes me sick. Damn it!
What took you so long?
We encountered the main villain.
Sorry. I had a run-in with some woman a second ago. She bumped into me, but then said it was all my fault when she dropped her plate.
Sounds like a real bitch.
Yeah. Thanks, though. But the restaurant workers all looked at me with this disapproving expression. I wonder if we're out of place here.
Who cares? I'm sorry. I've had, 30 years to get used to being an outcast, so that's kind of where I'm at with this one. They're like, what, 18? 17?
Hey, Morgana.
What is it?
Anyone could have a palace, yeah?
Anyone with a strong, distorted desire.
Like an artist.
Same for them having a
Or
change
a
of
Mafia Don, and I don't remember the other ones.
That would be the case.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden?
We had trouble earlier, too. These selfish shitheads who just look down on everyone else. I was just wondering if we'd be able to change those kinds of people, too.
You mean, you want to continue as the Phantom Thieves?
I've been thinking. We put a lot of work into changing Kamoshida's heart, but nobody believes in the Phantom Thieves. Plus, those guys who had no other choice but to just deal with it are thanking us. Us, of all people!
I agree. If we ignore people who are in trouble, I'd go back to being the same as I was before.
Well, that's true. You're under my tutelage. There's nothing we can't accomplish as Phantom Thieves.
Shouldn't we be able to help him out?
But that means we'll have to fight shadows again, doesn't it?
Indeed. That can't be avoided.
I'm sure we'll manage. Right?
That's actually a hell of a can of worms there, Larian. Because if you presume what they are doing is immoral to begin with, then no matter what, both the fact that they did it and the fact that they're going to do it is both immoral. Let's ignore the threat to humanity plot, because obviously they don't know about that, so that doesn't factor into the equation. I'm of two minds here, personally. On the one hand, mental rewinding and re-erasure is a hell of a thing. And again, I don't want to get onto that topic because that is a topic that I could spend hours talking about and never actually reach a decisive conclusion on. It's just too gray of an area, and it's kind of up to you to decide, because it's mental erasure. It's mental rewriting. And that is a hell of a gray area, even if you're doing it to help people. On the other hand, I'm one of those people who is very anti-Prime Directive, is how I like to describe that. Although, I will admit that's not really an accurate statement. I'm the person who, if I'm driving down the road and I see a burning car with a baby inside, I'm going to rush in to try to get that baby out of that car, because I have the power to do that. I have, in fact, in real life, done similar acts many times, so I can actually prove this through action, not just word. In short, I think, now this only really applies in fiction, but in fiction, if you have the power to help people, and you deliberately choose not to, that is a specific decision that needs to be taken into account, and in my opinion, is not necessarily the right call to make. Now I said that in a very vague fashion because it depends. I mean, everything depends. And there's, thousands of different fictions and thousands of different scenarios. But if you had the power to help people and deliberately said, you know what? No. That's problematic. So, I'll be honest, I could probably be talked into doing what they're doing, especially after, such a demonstrable success story, which again is exactly why, narratively speaking, this first case was so important. Now, it's also worth noting that there's a bit of a gradient there. So, for example, let's leave this in the realm of fiction. Let's not bring real life into this. So let's say you have the powers of Spider-Man. I know. Great power, great responsibility, right? That's his whole shtick. The thing is, though, one of the things they don't actually talk about all that often is Spider-Man is pretty limited. Oh, he's actually pretty high tier when it comes to combat, when it comes to the Marvelverse. But overall, what Spider-Man can do is basically regional, at best. And even that, he can't do everything. He can take out large, specific things, but he can't run around saving and helping people on a daily basis. He can't. He still has to sleep, he still has to have his other life, blah, 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 right? So because his scope of what he can do is substantially more limited, that has to be taken into account when it comes to that whole you have the power to help people equation, right? That gets different when you have the power like, say, Superman, who is so strong that at that point that gradient gets pushed further along the line. If Superman only woke up to take care of a meteor every now and again and nothing else, then that would probably, in my opinion, that would be him choosing not to help, because his tier is so much higher, right? If you are way lower tier, like Spider-Man, and you decide not to help every single person every single day, then that's fine. You shouldn't. This is actually married to another concept, which I'm very big on. There's a difference between helping someone and doing something for them. That there's a big gap there. Help is something I believe very strongly in. Helping someone is something I legitimately, as a person, believe in, as opposed to just doing it for them, right? Now, generally speaking, that's always going to depend on the individual exact circumstances, which is why I can't just lay down a universal law saying you should always help or you should never help, because it doesn't work that way. But yeah, exactly. You teach a man to fish rather than fishing for him. Kind of, that's the way I tend to think about that. Now, someone like Batman is an interesting example, because the writers tend to disagree exactly on how Batman uses his powers to help people. But I will say that in some of my favorite Batman works, notably the DCAU, Batman actually pretty much does above and beyond what he should have to do, in my opinion, because he pushes himself hard on both axes. Bruce Wayne and Wayne Enterprises does a lot to improve the world, and Gotham in particular, and Batman goes up against the big boys, the things that normal people can't deal with. So he's helping on both axes. Political power and personal power. And yeah, he's also a bit of... But that's neither here nor there. Now, Meatfist, you haven't... Now, Meatfist just says something that I cannot even begin to disagree with more. But that's okay, because Meatfist is actually revealing himself right now. Whoa! He's actually a Legion demon. I knew it all along. I should have known last time when I accused you of being a demon, you started laughing maniacally and saying, "Wah ha ha, I found you out." No, you're going to have to explain that, Meatfist. I'm sorry. I'll stop memeing and joking. What do you mean that there's no objective difference between helping someone to learn how to fish and fishing for them? Yeah, no kidding, I say 2K. That's where we get the World of Cardboard speech from, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the first real entrance of that. God, it's hot. Let me turn my fan up, forgive me. Some air. Oh, air. It's an interesting way to put that, Blow Up, Alex. Right. Okay, so we're just going to walk away from that because I don't have a counter-argument at that point, Meatfist. You're telling me that purple is yellow, and I'm telling you that purple is blue, and we're just not going to agree on that, so... Unfortunately, I don't even know where to begin discussing that with you. I'm sorry. Yeah, moving on.
Even if you guys are still just fledglings, this means we're an actual organization now.
Fledglings? That's actually pretty fitting for us.
All right, it's settled. We're gonna catch all these shitty adults by surprise and make ourselves known to the world.
Are you okay being our leader?
Yeah.
No objections here? I can't handle all that responsibility stuff.
Where's my say in this? But Lady An made the recommendation, so I'll allow it.
Well, should we decide on a name for our group?
Oh yeah, this is a good time to mention that we are... So someone earlier mentioned, this is a vigilante thing. Yes, absolutely. But I can't actually say that I'm in favor of vigilantism. More like, I understand the purpose of vigilantism. Because I have direct, very personal, real-life experience with extremely corrupt law, authority, organization. Right? I imagine most people do to some extent or another. So... in my real-life experience, sometimes vigilantism is basically necessary. I know we're talking about this now of all times, but I swear I don't mean that as a connecting point. I'm just speaking in general. Sometimes the system doesn't work, sometimes the rules do not apply properly. Sometimes there's simply too much corruption involved. One of my favorite examples of this, which is a really banal one, is that there's a person who, I can never think of his damn name, I think it's Bernie, who was being investigated... I believe by Germany, by the German courts, for cases of bribery. So he bribed them. And the charges of bribery were dropped because he bribed them. It's also, so to continue the vigilantism thing really quickly, and keeping it in fiction land, usually Castle goes too far. The Punisher. And that's kind of the point. That is actually the point of his story, is that he is a vigilante who pushes it to an extreme, and he there's a reason I call him the friggin' Punisher, right? There's gradients there of vigilantism. Spider-Man is a vigilante. But if you look at Spider-Man and contrast him and compare him to, the Punisher, you can see the difference there. So this ties into what someone said earlier. I forget who asked it. Please forgive me. But someone said, "Is this the beginning of us going from A to Z?" Yeah, no kidding, Mendekler. I wouldn't either. That is always the problem there, because there is always that danger that if you decide, like, let's say, okay, hey guys, and you have superpowers, congratulations, and you decide to be a vigilante. So let's say you decide to, no, we're talking about fiction, Max Time, we're talking about fiction. Let's say you decide to be a vigilante. The moment you make that choice, you have stepped from A to B, basically. It's going to be always and ever up to you as to whether or not you continue walking down from B to C to D to Z. Whether you eventually end up at the Punisher, which is way down there on Z, or if you decide to try and keep yourself up here. I've said it many, many times, I think one of the biggest reasons Batman has his big rule about not killing, which is, let's be honest with ourselves, stupid, is specifically because it's one of the things that anchors him, so that he doesn't go further down. Because otherwise, well, Bats probably would become like the Punisher. Probably worse, actually. I could see Spawn being further down. I'll give you that, yeah.
I just went with Phantom Thieves of Hearts last time, but don't you think a real name would be cooler?
Ooh, I got it. I want it to be something both cute and luxurious sounding. Let me see. How about the Diamonds?
getting a real Little League baseball feel from it.
Well then, here's my suggestion. How about tilefish poêlée?
What?
What?
That's what I ate earlier. It's commemorative, no?
Oh no, you idiot! You decide for us.
For real. Oh.
Huh. That's not bad at all.
A good name. For a rookie.
Hey.
We going with that?
Well, now that the name's set, who's our next target?
There are tons of rotten adults and all. Why not just stick to targeting big names?
How about Bobby Kotick?
Yeah, something along those lines. If we go after some bigwig, it's gotta get on the news, right? Don't you think more people would believe in us if we did that?
That's not a bad idea. For you, Ryuji.
True. If we become better known, we might be able to give courage to a lot more people. I don't really like the idea of just picking someone out of the blue, though.
Let's narrow it down to someone we can all agree on then.
So we need a bigwig we decide on unanimously.
I like that unanimous decision part. It's like we're making some kind of pact.
Now then, this is the official formation of the Phantom Thieves organization.
Oh no! Our time for the buffet ran out.
I guess we'll just have to talk more tomorrow.
Meanwhile...
Another world in which people's distorted cognitions take shape? Stealing treasure to change hearts? And on top of that, a talking cat told you all this. Honestly speaking, that all sounds absurd. It's hard to believe that this is even worth listening to. Still, it can't be considered nonsense when parts of it align with Kamoshida's confession. The same goes for the testimonies of the officers who arrested you. But so be it. At any rate, you mentioned something more important. These two other accomplices, besides this talking cat thing that appeared in your story. From what you've been telling me, they're students at the same school, aren't they? Perhaps? Don't take me for a fool. Very well, I'll leave it at that. Let's continue on. The questioning's not over anyway. If you are making this up, the cracks in your story will prove it. The next to receive a calling card was this individual, a master of Japanese arts, Ichiryusai Madarame. It's even more incomprehensible than Kamoshida as to why this man was targeted. Where did you come to know him? And how did you learn of his crimes when you weren't a victim of them? Start by telling me what you all schemed.
I only remember one thing about this guy, and that's his makeup. I think it's a guy. 24,000 yen? That was cheap, honestly. Oh yeah, it was 8,000? That's alright, whatever. We have an approval rating. Okay, that's weird. That's totally not evidence or anything. Look, the pancakes are there even in the frickin' photo. Prove your existence to society.
Nice.
Which is, if you're paying attention to what I was saying earlier, the exact opposite of what you actually want to do in this circumstance. Okay, so... It all makes sense, Azure Hawk. Yeah.
Now listen up.
What do you want to do?
Try and get studying
Make
up,
sure
shall
you
we?
close up.
You know, I could see Ryuji doing that, Azure Hawk.
Hey!
Because it proves that the three of us collaborate and coordinate. Zachtaft. It is photo-documented evidence of the fact that we are friends, or at the very least, organized between each other. Damn it, Igor, what?
First off, I'd like to begin by congratulating you.
What is wrong with your eyebrows?
Our master would give words of praise.
You better treasure this moment, inmate!
You have encountered allies who share your ideals, and you have found your place in reality. The time has come. Your rehabilitation will soon begin. I shall explain it to you now. You have a special potential. However, that must be refined into a useful power. It is weak now, but refining it shall grant you the strength to stand against the coming ruin. That is the rehabilitation cast upon you. There are various means by which you may gain the power to resist the ruin.
No, I was asking about the ruin itself.
Shadows and gaining experience is one way.
No, I was...
The fusion process I taught you prior is another.
This is all possible because of our master's guidance, inmate.
Though it may be presumptuous of us, we have words of wisdom as well.
When you're out in reality, you better hone your relationships with those you have contracts with.
Spending time with those people will lead to the cultivation of your relationships with them.
If you've got time to waste, you'd better visit your contractors, inmate.
That is another source of power to evade the ruin that our master has mentioned.
Thanks to the contracts you formed, your heart is steadily gaining the power of opposition. It seems the rehabilitation is going well. This is a truly joyous occasion. I shall grant you an ability befitting of your newfound growth. Consider it a gift. May the devotion to your rehabilitation grow even deeper. I have high hopes for you.
Ooh. Hey, we can now have 8 persona slots.
All right.
Woo!
The time has come. Return to your brief moments of rest.
I hate sleeping.
Don't forget to go talk to your contractors, inmate.
That's true, and this game is infinitely superior to Pokemon for that reason alone.
Have you heard?
Hey, Big Bang Burger's holding a contest. There we go, so that's available now. How could anyone eat a giant burger for $5? Well, right now I have attack up, attack down, and defense up, Javan, and sleep. And that's it.
Like you heard last week, gym class is canceled today.
Instead, I'm supposed to give you some guidance. The gist is, don't go around talking about the incident. That's all. The police are still investigating Mr. Kamoshida, so I can't say anything myself. As a teacher, though, I'm ashamed for not having noticed that a student was suffering like that. I'm not defending
Student?
him, but as a colleague, he just seemed like, well, a normal person. Honestly, it still doesn't feel real. I guess people can have multiple sides to them.
I just want to complain, because a pet peeve of mine is that most people don't know how to read other people. How many times have you heard, oh, I can't believe they were such and such. I never saw it coming. Those people don't know how to read people. I'm just going to say that. I don't have hard proof of it. But that is what I have demonstrated to be, or what I've perceived to be the truth in life.
The teachers have it rough, huh?
Oh yeah, I just remembered something I learned about psychology. They say that humans have several different personalities hidden in their subconscious.
That's not...
Different personalities?
Oh, to be clear, I'm not talking about multiple personality disorder. These different personalities can be a different gender or a different age from you. I mean, if you think about how gods and monsters and myths were first based on the human image, if you actually saw one of those personalities with your own eyes, it might look like a monster. You all seem more alert than usual. Did I finally talk about something that interests you?
Yeah, this is
well,
nonsense.
I'm just saying what I've heard.
At least in real life.
It feels like I just now understood what I learned long ago.
I must go into your heart and awaken your persona! I mean, I'm pretty sure what she just said is actually true in universe, but I'm not that familiar with the overall lore of the Persona setting, so don't quote me on that. I'm not even sure if the Persona games are even remotely connected. I know Igor is a recurring character, but I don't know if this is multiple dimensions or parallel realities or just a different city a couple of years later. I don't know.
It ain't much, but we've been getting more postings on the Phantom Aficionado website. I want to make my friend apologize for not returning the stuff I lent him. Deal with that yourself.
Hey, those girls.
They look generic, don't they?
You know that Phantom Thieves rumor about stealing Kamoshida's heart? I wonder if it's true.
It's gotta be made up. Do you seriously believe they exist?
But look what happened to Kamoshida.
He probably just couldn't keep hiding it after that girl tried to kill herself.
Yeah, you might be right. I guess there's no way they really exist.
Most importantly, it seriously sucks that our school is gonna be known for stuff like this.
I wonder if it'll affect our college entrance.
That's probably a normal reaction for now, but they'll see soon enough. If we can take care of 2 or 3 famous guys, people will have to believe we exist.
So about those big shots, we don't have any leads yet, right? Plus, there's that rumor about you two threatening Kamoshida, too.
Looks like you'll just have to live a normal, honest school life for the time being.
Damn.
Still, make sure you stay prepared just in case anything comes up.
It's okay, I already got lockpicks.
I'll keep an eye out.
And I'm
for
gonna try
info on
and
any
get some
big
money,
shots that
too.
might be coming around.
Get that
And I'll
SP
try to dig up
regen.
some dirt online.
We went and formed the Phantom Thieves group, but we can't even find a target.
There.
I guess sometimes things just don't go the way we want them to.
Excuse me. Did you wish to see me, Principal Kobayakawa?
You saw the state Kamoshida-kun was in, didn't you? It's as if his personality has completely changed. Something is definitely wrong here.
I'm not sure I follow.
From what I've heard, it appears as though some students were meddling in his business. If they did something to him, who could they be?
Are you saying that these students may have caused Mr. Kamoshida to change?
That is what I wish to know, even if it takes some probing into student matters. I would like you to look into this for me.
It is true that there are many rumors regarding Mr. Kamoshida, but do you mean all of this talk about those Phantom Thieves?
It is undeniable that Mr. Kamoshida has changed in some way. I'd like to have a grasp of the cause. This shall also ensure that I handle the mass media and police in the correct fashion.
Oh,
I will continue speaking to Mr. Kamoshida myself. Unless you find whomever did this, these irresponsible rumors will likely never die down. Don't you agree? You have been at the top of your class since day one. Your conduct is good, and teachers favor you. I could write you a recommendation for any college of your choosing, Makoto.
I've decided to kill him.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Your lineage must certainly play a part in this excellence. Your sister is still young, yet she holds an admirable position at the public prosecutor's office, no? If something disappointing were to happen here, that wouldn't reflect very well on your sister. Do you understand?
Yes.
How wise. It's no wonder you're our student council president.
That's how you don't do the carrot and the stick, by the way. I actually do think the carrot and the stick is a decent overall method, but you have to use it properly. Don't do that. Don't be like, hey, you know, I'll be able to give you this such and such, but if you were to fail me, well, I'm afraid that I may have to murder your cat in cold blood. Don't do that, okay? All you future evil overlords out there, don't be a Bond villain.
I'd appreciate if you'd look into this as soon as possible. I ask that you begin at once.
Yes. If you'll excuse me then.
He does! Available Thor. And then I ate the previous.
It's me, sir. My apologies for troubling you at such a busy time. Yes, it's about the matter we discussed earlier. I have all bases covered. The investigation will begin immediately. Of course. Yes, I will get results. I should be able to update you soon. Well then, I must be going. Thank you very much for your time.
I thought you were the one who didn't want to kill people, Lord Harrimont. Why are you suddenly okay with being evil? Are you revealing your true colors? I never saw it coming. Lord Harrimont seemed like such a cool guy. I never knew he was actually pure evil. There's no proof it was us. Other than the message I'm sending you at this very second. Permission granted, Cord.
Are you listening?
No. Epic dodge. I can't actually go back that far because I got the chair here. I guess I'll stop throwing things at my students' faces. God. I've decided to destroy this entire world. After the usual evacuation, obviously. Get the good people out.
Hey, have you seen that Phantom Aficionado website?
It's true, Lord Harrimont. I never knew that you were incredibly horrifically evil. Especially after that Dragon Age run.
I'm the one who started it. You guys are the Phantom Thieves, aren't you?
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry. Although, if things really are as I think, I should keep it a secret. Kamoshida used me, and I did some horrible things to you guys. This isn't much of a way for me to apologize for it. But if there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
Yeah, I mean, Mishima here had no problem figuring out it was us, just by basic deduction. Never mind the fact that, as I've pointed out many times, we have so... That's true, Lord Harrimont. We have so many... so much evidence. There's just so much evidence that we're collaborating on this. I'm gonna keep... Well, whatever, fine. Yes, it's me. You caught me. But if you turn against me, I will torture your entire family until they beg me for death. But if you are nice, I'll give you a Klondike bar. I'm just following Lord Haramon's teachings here. Yes, I have, Cubic.
I'm glad to hear that. It's not just Kamoshida. There are tons of evil adults out there. But I'm sure the Phantom Thieves will do something. They can't let this end after just one target.
For real.
That's why I wanted to make a forum where people could post their problems. There are probably a lot of people who have high hopes for the Phantom Thieves' next move. So, I've also implemented an anonymous poll on the site. Do you believe in the Phantom Thieves or not? I want to work on this forum so eventually it'll be packed with tons of supportive posts. I'd really like to help out in the Phantom Thieves' acts of justice. Can I, please?
Well... I was actually wondering what you were on about there, Dream Whisperer. Thank you for watching my show. And you want to put that towards Trails... Trails? Trails, yes. God, 2. Let's say an Oreo one. I'll say a 2K. How's that sound? I mean, I'm ambivalent, you know. We could get you like there's a chain called Cold Stone, and they actually make their own ice cream cookies, which are really good. You know, I could offer you one of those, you know. Or, you know, endless death and torture. I mean, you know, whichever is down for you. Not that I want to talk about it too much right now, but that's the Dominion's approach over in Star Trek. That is literally the Dominion's approach. We'll take care of you in minor, you know, mostly superficial ways. You know, we'll give you replicators, and we'll help take out your enemies, and we'll defend you. Oh, but if you screw us over, we're going to kill you in a way that's so horrific, it would actually take too long to explain right now. FYI, welcome to the Dominion.
I'll live up to your expectations. I promise.
I sense high expectations. Meanwhile...
Besides the public's reaction to your group, there were others who supported you.
Nah.
Someone who enthusiastically cheered the Phantom Thieves on. Perhaps they were quite close. What do you have to say to that?
I have deduced another person. Of course they would, Ariant. They just use it in different ways.
All right.
I was actually thinking of the Plague example of one of the worst things the Dominion's done.
See you.
Pretty much screwed over an entire species for generations without end.
We heard all that. Jeez. It was a little awkward trying to figure out when to walk over here.
So that forum is Mishima-kun's.
Has he figured out our identities?
Yeah.
Even so, I think it'll be fine. He seemed to be playing it cool.
I guess we should have a little chat about this later.
Yeah, chat.
I will say, though, a forum where people can post problems may prove unexpectedly useful.
Anyways, we gotta get looking for a new target.
And we need to stay sharp until we manage to find one. Once we do, we'll have to head into another palace. So we should prep our equipment and...
Wait! Oh, crap!
What's with you?
Don't we have an exam coming up?
Judging by that reaction, I'd assume you're going to struggle this time, too.
It's not like you're any better. All you're good at is English.
I'd rather that than be bad at every subject.
Even your Japanese is questionable at best, Ryuji.
What's questionable is whether you're really even a human. Good comeback, huh?
Let's discuss this with our fists.
Bring it.
Will you two stop it?
Okay.
But we need to raise our knowledge. Like, a lot.
I should write something.
Yeah, when they wiped out a Bajoran colony to make a point. Civilians, of course. Not that that's an act of war. Or when they tried to destroy an entire solar system, killing, you know, hundreds of millions, if not billions of people. Which is also not an act of war, of course. So here's the question. Obviously the Dominion would use the palace treasure rewriting powers. Would you? Let's say you have that power. You have a persona. You can hop into people's minds. Blah, blah, blah. Let's also assume the main plot of the game isn't happening. It's just a power you have now. Congrats. Yeah, that was a bad one. Do you use it? Who the heck is this? Oh. Medicine lady. That's exactly what I'm... That's my point, Meatfist. Yes, thank you. I know you probably haven't watched my DS9 stuff, but I was making a point to point out the, like, 20 or so times the Dominion actually made an act of war against the Federation. The Federation was like, we'll let it slide. Well, it's cool. It's cool. Hang on. So I can raise my thing with Medicine Lady, part of her own name, Takemi, I think. I can hang out with him. No, they didn't. Available Thor. And there's more going on than you know I'm making it sound like. It is actually a pretty gray situation, but let's be honest, at least a lot of the problem was the Federation was so anti-war that they went, you know, they did something that I don't agree with. Let me put that as simply as I possibly can. What I mean by that is, obviously not wanting war is a good thing. Duh. Right? I don't feel the need to expound on that. But when you don't want war to the point where you're going to allow someone to just kind of... Yeah, there we go. Just rest that boot right there. I think that's unacceptable. That's just my opinion. Yeah, exactly, Mendekla. There is such a thing as too much pacifism. Sometimes you do have to fight back, in my opinion. Yeah, honestly, the Maquis and the Cardassian Union, that is another perfect example of the Federation being too attached to a peace treaty. I don't know what I want to do. I mean, with a lot less expertise and oversight, yes, Gord. You know, interestingly enough, Lord Harriman, if we were to presume... Here on SA2K. If we were to presume that, you know, you wouldn't be hunted down and dissected, and let's presume also that everyone would just kind of accept that you can enter people's minds and alter them. Like, if we jump over those two steps... It's French, True Whisper. I don't remember, but I did look it up when I was starting those episodes. Then I could see that. Like, a voluntary service. You're selling your services. Okay, hey, I've got all these issues. I can't seem to get over them. Very well. Lay back, relax, I shall enter your palace. Aha! You know, and then help them out. That's actually kind of cool. I like that idea. Would I use the power? So, I'm not going to answer yes or no, because I tend to be a circumstances guy. You know, I don't believe in absolute rules. That's just not a thing I agree with. But I would lean towards no. I would be more leaning towards not using it. Using it would be the exception. it'd be a hell of a way to assassinate someone too, wouldn't it? Just real. I'm sorry, that just occurred to me. We're talking about ways to use this to help people. You could just hop into someone's palace and then just kill their shadow. And then the person in real life is just... Yeah, exactly, Mendekler. Little harder to use than the Death Note. The Death Note is actually stupidly... I don't want to say powerful, but I mean, that thing is ridiculous if you actually think about it. All you need is someone's name and a decent identity for them, and you can just kill them. You can even determine how they die. For like, what is it, like a minute up to their death? You just have total mind control over them until they die. Yikes. You know what? That's actually a good point, Meadfist. That's fair. That's fair. I guess we'd have to define how that works in real life, you know, without the... Because how does that work in real life, you know? I mean, I know why the distortions happen in this game, because main plot, spoiler, spoiler, but, like, what would cause someone to be distorted in real life? I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. I really want to raise my knowledge, but, you know... I agree. The Death Note... So, you guys want to hear something real for a second? I had a long discussion with my friend Gary about you having a Death Note in real life. It was actually a very long discussion. I'm going to skip most of it, because there's a big philosophical, ethical, and moral debate that we had in the middle of a cheesecake factory, so I'm sure that anybody listening in had a good time. I don't think I could ever use the Death Note. Not unless it was absolutely a furthest end kind of a situation. And even then, I would still be disinclined to use it. There's a lot of reasons why. The most obvious being, I'm not a killer. But there's also one other little niggle there. The Death Note only has the power to remove. Not to add, make, change, edit, alter, produce. It can only delete, nothing else. Now, I know that sounds like a strange thing to point out, but an enormous amount of fictional powers, you know, personal power, can be used for beneficial purposes like adding or making or changing or editing or fixing or healing or whatever, right? But the ability to kill, because that's what the Death Knight can do. It can kill someone, and that's it. That is a purely subtractive power. Left hand, not the right hand. And... This is... Yeah. This is not cool. It's also worth noting that the Death Note has another little niggle, and that's the fact that if you use it, you are screwed forever. But let's ignore that for the second. Let's just pretend that's not part of the equation. So, fun stuff. I'm not even talking about the fact that the Death Notes feed the frickin' Shin, whatever they're called. Yeah, that's something... I don't know if I've actually talked about that, Blue of Alex. Shinigami, thank you. I've actually theorized several times that the Death Note itself is actually cursed. In your classic sense of curse. Like, oh, hey, I can kill people. I should kill people. You know, drawing you in. Like a glamour, or I can't even think of it. Like, it's enchanted to make you go, you know? I don't know what to call that. But I don't know if that's true. I haven't actually studied Death Note in a long time. I went through the series in one sitting with my friend Gary, and then, you know, looked into it. Yeah, like the One Ring, exactly. Like, you look at it, it's just, oh... Lol, therein. But yeah, no, the Death Note would be a big no. I could at least think about this. But Death Note, no. No, thank you.
Please head to the exam room.
Hey, it's blue this time instead of red. Thud. No kidding, Lord Harriman. The section where he kind of blanks his own memories. Holy crap. That's also true. In Persona, you can just stop. You can be like, you know what? Nope, we're done. In the Death Note, you can't stop. Like, you've written their name down. It's a one action kind of a thing, basically. We're on a date.
By the way,
Oh, goody. Mild anemia. That should be fun. Yeah, no kidding. Available Thor.
All right.
You gained nothing from that. Oh my god, she's a vampire. It all makes sense.
take care.
And no, I'm not going to date anybody. Death to romance. I think I have superpowers. Aw, that was the wrong choice. Whatever. I didn't want to get rep points anyways.
It's the key to this place. You get to lock up from now on. I can't keep waiting for you to come home. Don't start any fires, okay?
Listen, Meatfist. I'm just saying that if nobody was ever romantic ever again, we could end the human race within a single generation. It would be so easy.
As if I care.
Well, let's keep pushing that frickin' knowledge, shall we? Actually. Yeah, no, I'm gonna push knowledge.
Now listen up.
What do you want to do?
Make sure you close up.
Hey!
Fine, Harriet, fine. I'll just nuke the sun. God, making everything all complicated. I wanted to be a nice, peaceful resolution, but no, we're gonna die in fire now thanks to Harriet. You're welcome. Hey, we finally hit knowledge 2. About frickin' time.
All right.
Maybe we can pass the exam now.
Hey!
Boiling the oceans would take too long, though, John. 1 supernova. Pollen warning. Japan? I don't know. Never been.
Yep, yep. Open your textbooks.
Okay, so when I hear pollen season, I think about pollen season like we get in the southern parts of the states here. I don't know if you've ever seen how bad that gets, but it's really bad. Like, asphalt is coated in yellow bad. I mean, that's actually an easy question. It's a honey trap! No, a honey trap is actually a very different concept.
This is it.
Exactly.
No way.
Nice going!
And of course, I have allergy issues, so that's always fun. I don't know, Colin Paluzzo. See you around, Javan. Maybe. So...
None of these posts are any good. Everyone's just bitching about their parents or their boyfriends.
Real quick, what stats do I need to finish the exams? I'm just curious. I got knowledge too, so...
There ain't even a hint of a hint about a new palace.
We can't get everything online. Finding a post with a name and location is asking a lot.
Guess we just gotta find one ourselves then.
Are you seriously suggesting we look for a target that even the police have overlooked?
Even the police?
We should probably just hold off till exams are done with, huh? We can wait and see for a little longer, then worry about coming up empty-handed if it happens.
Oh.
This place is off limits, you know.
By the way, do you think her eyes are red or brown? I only bring that up because remember I mentioned the cosplaying? All of them had very, very red eyes, like far more red than that. See you around, and we...
We'll get out of here once we're done chatting. Anyways, what's Miss Council President want with us?
The troublemaker, the center of gossip, and the infamous transfer student. Interesting combination.
Great way to start a conversation.
By the way, it seems as though you got to know Mr. Kamoshida pretty well.
Who?
Are you playing dumb with me?
It just goes to show how little interaction he had with him.
I heard Mr. Kamoshida used a volleyball team member to spread details of your past record. Don't you hate him? Mr. Kamoshida, I mean.
Hate's a strong word.
What's all this about? My friend here's an upstanding guy.
I don't mean to offend. Many students have been shaken up by what happened with Mr. Kamoshida. The rumors about that odd calling card-esque posting aren't going away either.
I didn't expect someone like you would care about that tactless stuff, Mijima-senpai.
I don't know that it was tactless.
Ryuji.
We done here? We can't leave if you keep talking to us.
At least try to understand my position. Being forced to deal with this horseplay.
Horseplay?
Ah yes, by the way. It's been decided that this place will be closed off due to the incident. I heard some people are coming up here without permission, after all. I'm sorry to have interrupted you.
What was that about?
She's onto us. That girl seems rather sharp. We should be cautious of her.
She really pisses me off. Talk about a pain in the ass.
That reminds me, study hard. Especially you, Ryuji. There are bound to be traps that will need to be solved with brains. Keep in mind that everything you do in your daily lives has an impact on your abilities.
True. Studying won't be so bad if we just think of it as helping us prepare to be Phantom Thieves.
So I'm picturing Ryuji being like, okay, I've got to deal with this problem with my brains.
I guess you got a point. But man, it's just so lame. I was all fired up about helping people, not about studying.
Well, I do have somewhere interesting to show you beforehand. You guys did originally promise to help me out with my mission after all.
Huh? Mission?
Follow me.
What are you bringing us here for?
Just do as I told you.
Alright, I've got the Phantom Aficionado website up. Now what?
Look for a post with a full name in it.
I already said, there's no info on any big shots, don't you remember? But man, people actually go put someone's real name on here. That's some scary shit.
Friendly reminder, don't dox. Just don't.
You won't listen to what I say. No, wait. There's no name on this one.
Someone's bad-mouthing me in online chat rooms. This one's got a name.
Ignore those. Aren't there any posts about more serious trouble?
I don't know what to do about my ex who's stalking me. His name is Natsuhiko Nakanohara. It says he's a teller at City Hall.
A government worker stalking someone?
That should be a suitable target. Alright. Now get the metanav ready.
We're just gonna jump right into a palace? Fine by me.
Hey! What happened to all that talk of unanimous decision? What do you think we should do?
I think we should do it.
That's what I'm talking about!
Okay then, let's go!
We need a name and a place, right? So the name is...
Actually, we don't need a location this time. Just enter exactly what I say. The key word is...
Mementos.
Mementos.
Huh? What are you trying to pull?
Just listen to me. It should work. I think.
Ah, jeez. That again? Mementos, was it?
Candidate found.
We got a hit?
Just as I thought.
Depends, Lord Hermon. What I would actually do is I'd ask them to go in and scout first and tell me what they saw. You know, how I'm being screwed up in the head.
Everyone disappeared. It kind of feels like I'm walking on air.
Is this that Nakanohara guy's palace?
That's half right, but half wrong. This is a type of palace, but it's different from the normal ones. Come on, let's head down. The shadows here lurk underground.
Basically, yeah,
I don't understand
Mandiqler.
why. It may be because they're drawn to something.
Underground? How are we going to get there?
How? You use it every day on your way to school. Follow me.
Wait up, Cat! The hell is this place?
The hell?
Wait, our clothes changed?
The shadows know we're here?
Since the moment we stepped in,
You should have told us!
we're still safe right here. I've come to investigate a number of times. Shadows never come up to this floor, but it's a different story once you go down. This place is simply teeming with them.
More importantly, what is this Mementos? It's about time you start explaining.
Mementos is everyone's palace.
Huh? What do you mean, everyone's?
A palace as grand as the previous castle only forms when a person's wishes are extremely distorted. So instead of many individual palaces, the general public has one gigantic shared palace. That's where we are now. Mementos.
Now
The
that
fresh
you mention
maker.
it, this place feels a bit different from Kamoshida's palace.
When you say shared, you mean they're all put together? Even though they're just strangers?
Think of it as the collective unconscious.
The Persona gang. That's nonsense.
So what you're saying is, using this place, we can even change the hearts of people who don't have a palace?
Correct. The steps to do so are slightly different, though.
But this place looks pretty huge. Are we gonna be able to get around just by walking?
It seems the time has finally come. Morgana! Transform! Come now, Panther. Ladies first.
A car?
No way!
This comes from the way cognition materializes in the metaverse. Plus a bit of extra training. It's not dissimilar to how you guys transform.
You turning into a car is totally different than our clothes changing.
For some reason, cats turning into buses is an extremely widespread cognition among the general public.
Why?
Why a bus, though?
No idea.
Wait, why didn't you do this at the castle?
I would have if I could, but that castle was cramped. There were tons of stairs, and no way this fits on top of a chandelier.
Hey, Skull! Ladies first!
Hey, stop pulling me! No, that's dangerous!
Yeah, okay, Totoro.
Panther, please be gentle!
All aboard! Let's go!
Why are you all just sitting back there? I'm a car, remember? I'm not going anywhere unless someone drives me.
You can't drive yourself?
Do you know how to drive?
I've been driving since I was 14, but, you know, I don't have a license.
That's what you're worried about?
Who cares? We're driving a cat car through the metaverse.
All right then, we'll leave the driving to you.
Now start the engine. You can't drive if it's not running.
I seriously don't remember those.
Jeez, what a pain.
What
Where's
the
the key to this
hell?
thing?
Why would you need a key? There's a switch just down next to the steering wheel. That tickles. Lower, lower.
Oh my god.
Oh, there. That feels so good.
Is that purring I hear? Oh, what a creepy-ass car.
Don't underestimate my meowdery engine. We're going full throttle. It's time to fly!
Okay.
Whoa! And again.
Yeah, this is a bit... Temper issues? Yeah, I'd probably go with that, Lord Harriman.
He spotted us. More foes! I don't see a weak spot.
Persona! There. Persona! Eat this!
As I say, this feels like the... I can't remember the name of it in P3. There's like a dungeon area you could just go to. Or maybe it was P4. I think it was P3, though. I think it was P3.
It's time. There.
Looking cool,
Persona. Ravage now.
Yeah, Tartarus. That's it. Tartarus.
Looking cool, Joker.
Go down.
Looking
Serves
cool,
you right.
Joker.
Yeah, the catch was you can only be there for so long because of game mechanics that I didn't care for. Let's just kill them in the face. What? We need the money and the experience.
Hell yeah! A new move!
Oh, wow. Nice.
Okay.
You're not too tired after that, are you? Don't fall behind.
Wow, that shadow was crazy.
Persona!
I need to be leveling him.
Looking cool, Joker.
Persona!
See you around, Ben Deckler. Have a good one.
That's not right.
Boom time. Witness my soul. Ha! Coup de grace. We all did great, huh?
Nice work, team.
The fans there at the post success screen. Whatever. Anyways,
That was easy.
let's try a harder guy. Let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go. It's always these guys. Hey, I can actually recruit one this time. What are you weak to? Cold.
It's impervious to gunfire.
That's what I thought.
I'll cut you up.
Interesting, Don Grow. I'll have to keep that in mind.
Get ready!
Persona. This one.
Persona!
Okay, this is going to sound like a stupid question, but how do I level the persona other than by forcing one of the same type to join me?
Calm down.
'Cause I haven't seen a lot of specific things of that. No, I mean, I did cheat some levels and some money in Compaloosa because I can edit PS4 save files. So, okay, when you say just fight in general or fight with them? Because my Arsene, or Arsene, or however you say that, is still at level 1. Okay, so it's the one I have equipped at the end of battle. See, that's what I was wondering. Because I thought it was, if this is a Pokemon thing where you have to use one, you know, and using it gives you experience. Or, if... So, okay. The one that we have selected. So, even though that's not useful, we're actually going to...
Now or never, right? Yeah!
We're going to go ahead and use Arsene for a bit. 44 hours, Compaloosa. Which is apparently pretty slow, because the actual speedruns are closer to 16 hours for this game. But then again, I was trying to take in the story while I went. Just kill him.
Okay, guys.
Let's try out Headbutt. 100 damage without buffs. Not too shabby. Oh yeah, he's immune. I forgot about that.
Guess
you are good for something, Skull. Oh, Panther! Watch them carefully!
Yeah! Nice!
Yeah! Victory!
So yeah, so Arson has been level 1 for some time, which is what's been bugging me, because I've actually used him in combat if you've been paying attention. So I think Ventures is correct. It's the one we have equipped at the end, because he just got 2 levels in one shot there.
Oh.
Basically, I'm going to trust you next time. I know, shocking. And I'm going to go ahead and level him, and just kind of try to push him, especially since he is way down there.
This new skill suits me.
Meanwhile, he got an AoE heal. Woo!
Whoa, a new move!
And she got decreased attack, which we actually already have, but that's okay. Having more copies of debuffs is good.
They were too weak to bother with.
Alright, so 8 minutes? That's a long time to spend out of combat, especially for a tiny area like this. Although it looks like enemies respawn, so whatever. Let's get in one last fight real quick, since we're just kind of mulching here. Whoops. Well, that works.
By surprise. These 3 are weak, but be careful. Yeah. The enemy still got the advantage.
What are they weak to?
So fire is its weak point. Time for my persona! You're just a masked weirdo.
That's true, I am a masked weirdo. I wear glasses. Oh, well thank you, Darkstar. I did not know that.
Wow, Skull. You're pathetic. Yeah. 2 foes left. Let's do this. This is it. It's weak against gunfire. Bring out the artillery. You're the best, Panther.
I'll go and take the Pixie Exp, since I do plan to level my Pixie and my whatcha-fig.
We all did great, huh? Nice work, team.
All right.
All his skills. I assume you mean get all of his skills next time, just to make sure I'm understanding correctly. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, but fusing's boring. Nobody wants to fuse. Nonsense. Nonsense, I say. Just to see. Oh, hang on, there's a Pixie. I actually want that. What is weak to again? Oh yeah, fire.
Fire is its weak point. You're so gorgeous, Panther.
It's time. Something else.
Joker took one out. All right. Only one more. Let's go. That was your skill. A spectacular victory!
Alright, well then I won't push him. I'll just level him for now. Tweak all his stuff.
Whoa!
It's his shadow. Let's go talk to him, and then fight him. But we can also just talk to him. Stop being evil!
Who are you?
Are you that stalker? Haven't you ever stopped to consider how your ex feels?
She's my property. I can do whatever I want with her. It's not like she didn't treat me like a plaything. What's wrong with me doing the same?
You can't treat someone like shit just because they did it to you. What a load of crap! We're gonna change the hearts of all the bastards like you!
There are millions of people far worse than me!
That's true.
What about Madarame? He stole everything from me, but you're letting him off the hook?
Who?
Madarame? What the hell's this guy going on about?
Get ready. Here he comes.
I mean, if you want to dirty your saber cord, that's on you, but I'll allow it. He's just happy to be here.
Too late to back out!
I don't see a weakness.
What am I even looking at? Whatever. Just die.
Witness my resolve. Get ready. Go!
Here he comes!
Weapon Persona! Captain Kid!
We're on the ground. Nice going, Skull.
Let's tear him apart!
Today's National Donut Day? I do have some ice cream in the fridge, or freezer, rather.
Persona! Ravage them!
Come at me, clown shoes!
What kind of ice cream do you have, Ford? Aw.
Let's go, Captain!
Decent chunk of cash from that one.
All right, level up.
Our Sam's up to 8 now.
Oh, an impressive skill.
Wow, that was fast. I think we've already learned everything there is to learn. So we have decreased accuracy, evasion, light. Oh, that's gun damage. Duh. And increased crit when surrounded, which also he has. So this means he's done, right? If I'm reading this correctly. None means he's not learning anything else.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I couldn't stop obsessing. Not after this person I trusted used me and then disposed of me.
Hold on. Are you talking about that guy you mentioned earlier? Madarame?
I was afraid of being thrown away again, like some worthless thing.
So some selfish bastard was making you suffer too. Still, you shouldn't have dragged an unrelated woman into your mess.
Yes, I know that now. I'll put an end to my love for her.
That's not love.
Hey, you can change people's hearts, right? In that case, won't you change Madarame's heart before more people fall victim to him?
Change Madarame's heart?
Hmm? What's that shining thing?
It's the bud of a treasure. Had we left it be, it very well may have blossomed into a palace. Joker, this will make a perfect reward.
You got a thing.
So Nakanohara had a change of heart, right?
Most likely.
But how are we supposed to know if we succeeded?
Well, the lady posted the dude's name online. If he really does change, she'll probably comment again.
You do have a point.
Either way, training against shadows down here is the best. It's great prep for our next target.
It's also nice to be able to give courage to the people who post their problems online.
On top of that, we can sell whatever treasure we get for some cold, hard cash.
So hold up a sec. We talked about, you know, would you be willing to use the palace erasure thing, right? Bonus question, would you be willing to do this? Because this is obviously way less intrusive and mind-altering than a full palace treasure invasion thing. But it could still help people. but it's still a little morally questionable.
Well, sounds like things are going pretty great for us. All right, we did it!
Hold on. There's somewhere I want to show you guys before we leave.
What, there's more?
Don't worry, it won't take long.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even kill that shadow or, like, remove anything. We just talked to him, like, hey.
Well then.
We're like, yo. Stop being dumb, bonk.
Guess we gotta do it.
For real?
For real. I mean, we did beat the stuffing out of him, but, I mean, it's not like he was hurt. It's not like he was.
Now's our chance to see who's weak to fire skills.
Persona!
Oh, I can stop leveling him.
Succubus! You're mine.
Looking cool, Joker.
Persona! Go down!
Looking cool,
Let's go.
Joker.
You're mine.
Looking cool, Joker.
Go down!
That's a good question, Dirk. I don't know.
Let's go. All right.
That enemy was really weak.
Hold on a sec. You guys hearing something?
Could be Azurhawk.
The trains are totally running.
Of course they are. We're in the subway, you know.
Yeah, but I thought this was a palace.
Then maybe this is how the public views this place? I don't know.
People go through this darkness every day?
You have no idea.
Forget that! You sure we're cool running around on these tracks?
Should be fine as long as we're not on the same ones. I think. I'm no train expert.
You've got to be kidding me!
Anyway, let's head to the lower area. It should be right after we go down that escalator.
I can see it.
Area 2. Fight!
This way!
What is this place? It's kinda creepy.
And a dead end at that. Why does it even exist?
Now hold on. Just watch. This is most likely not an ordinary wall. If my hunch is correct...
It opened!
A new area has been confirmed in the depths. Updating guidance information.
See? It's just as I thought.
What do you mean?
That wall wouldn't budge when I came here by myself before. But it'd be weird for the deepest part of Mementos to be some normal place like this, wouldn't it?
So you're thinking there's gotta be more?
Yeah. Now that Kamoshida's palace is gone and people are actually starting to talk about us, I knew something had to have changed down here.
How deep is it? Should we try going further down?
Let's not. That's not why we're here today, remember? We've already accomplished our goal. We should head back, and I'll explain more once we're home.
Hey, look!
A person? In Mementos?
Well, it's a shadow.
Maybe it's this one. Ooh, tasty.
Hey, what's he drinking?
Oh. I thought I felt something strange for a second.
He's with your
so,
hair.
who are you guys?
We should be asking you that.
Good point.
Sorry about that. It's customary for a human to introduce itself before asking another human for its name. Thanks for reminding me, Mr. Tanuki? No, Cat?
What took so long to come up with cat? And I'm not either of those.
Yeah, getting confused about that seems pretty normal to me.
My name is Jose. I'm looking for flowers. I'm pretty surprised to see some normal humans running around. I didn't know people could just come here.
Well, we are pretty special. Wait, that's not important. Who you are is what matters right now.
When you said you were looking for flowers, did you mean that floating thing?
That's right, pretty lady. Those seem to be the ones I've been looking for. I'm collecting as many of them as I can, because I'm studying humans.
Studying humans? That's why you turned a flower into a drink?
Yep.
Drinking flower juice counts as studying?
Hey, could you guys help me with my research?
How?
I'm sorry, Ryuji goes out and immediately starts grinding flowers up into drink to drink them. I'm gonna ace that next test! Ugh. Ugh.
By collecting flowers for me. I wouldn't ask you to do it for free, though. I find all kinds of stuff you can use while you're exploring. I'll trade you some of that stuff for more flowers.
What do you think? Should we try and get him some flowers?
Seems like it could do us some good, but we don't know this kid. We gotta be careful.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine. Let's give him a hand. He seems like he could use it, and it shouldn't be too hard to pick flowers while we're exploring, right?
Okay. Any other reasons?
He called me pretty lady.
No! Lady on!
You lost.
Yeah, it's probably fine. I mean, he said he'd give us useful stuff and all. What'd he say?
Well, are you going to help me find the flowers or not? Thanks.
Wait! Hang on a second! We still have no idea who this kid is! Don't go thanking us just yet, bud!
Aw, are you tired, kitty? You seem grumpy.
I am not a cat! And I'm not grumpy!
Oh, okay. Then, are you hungry? I learned hunger can make a person turn grumpy.
It's true. Eat a Snickers.
Here, you can have this.
Thanks, but I'll pass.
Well, yeah, you're making the kid worry about you even more. Guess there's no way out of this one.
I'll be looking for flowers around here, so stop by and say hi if you see me. Oh, and I guess just gathering flowers would be kind of boring, huh? Since you humans seem to enjoy playing so much, I'll come up with some fun games for you. Ah, I also remembered something humans like to say to each other. Good job.
Who in the hell was that?
If he's studying humans, does that mean he isn't one? I mean, he just seemed like some nice kid.
Well, he didn't feel like a shadow.
He had the eyes of one.
Say he's dangerous. At least for now.
Anyways, if we see any of those flowers he wants, I guess we can grab them for him.
Whoa! Hey!
Now, this is a completely superficial thing, but I wouldn't say he's from the Velvet Room just because he doesn't have the color scheme they do. The color scheme of the Velvet Room is very simple. Black, gold, you know, that kind of yellow, and blue, like Morgana, or the twins, or the ground, or basically everything else in the Velvet Room other than Igor. What the heck is that?
Wait! Hey!
Doing good?
Hey, wait!
Either way, I obviously have no idea who Jose is, because I've never even seen him before this, so... Pick it up. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, I know.
I wish all you can eat parfaits with no calories.
All right.
Hold up. That's the wrong button. Shoot, I didn't mean to skip through that. He wished for beef. All you can eat beef. If you ate something that actually had 0 calories, you know what would happen? It would probably take a matter of minutes for it to finish going through your body. I'm just gonna say that. Because all of this would be like, oh, there's nothing to get here. Oh, there's nothing to get. Oh, there's nothing to get. Push it along. Push it through. Push it through. Okay, max time.
Huh?
Probably taste good.
Hey,
Was it really max time?
well then.
I guess I could look it up, but I actually don't want to know. I'd rather find out through the game.
Mementos, huh? Still don't really get that place. Oh, and what was that wall thing we saw at the end?
Not entirely sure, but that wall must have been there for a reason. If Mementos is the public's palace, though, it might be affected by the general public's belief in us.
Why do you know so much about it, Morgana?
My memories are a little foggy in that regard. However, I need to know what lies in the depths of Mementos, no matter what.
No matter what?
Mementos is not just everyone's palace. It's the source of all palaces. It used to be that palaces like Kamoshida's with one ruler simply didn't exist. So if we can do something about the greatest cause of distortions, I'm certain my appearance will...
You wanted someone to save you, too.
I just needed pawns.
I see. So that's why you came poking your nose around with us.
I'll help you. I hope you can regain what you've lost.
I'll be relying on you guys.
By the way, Morgana, are you a boy? Or might you be a girl?
So apparently Morgana's a Gar. I knew it. So just for the heck of it, I'm gonna say girl.
Well, Morgana can be surprisingly clingy.
If that's the case, I don't want to be anything more than just friends.
The feeling's mutual. In any case, of course I'm male.
Okay.
I mean,
What is it?
No, it's nothing. We're done talking about that. Anyway, we now know that we can perform minor changes of heart in Mementos. If we come across any eye-catching leads, it may be worth dealing with them for a bit of combat practice.
There weren't any other outstanding ones, though.
I bet we'll get tons of them if we can change someone famous and make the Phantom Thieves well known. The big fish are our main targets, after all.
First, you need to find a way to get through your exams.
Fish, flower smoothies. Just saying.
What's up?
I have to act like an honest student. That's gonna be tricky.
Nice.
Okay. See, I should be able to go out now, because I can do that now, I think. Maybe?
Hey!
Nope, okay. Got it.
Now listen up.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Make sure you close up.
Hey, hey! Well then.
Apparently, Mishima heard about that. What are you talking about?
What is...
They say it's Sunday, first and foremost.
How have things been? You know, with the special activities? Oops. Sorry about that. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately. I've been staying up managing the fan site all night. Every night. I think it's called PR.
Mishima, go to bed.
The Phantom Thieves Aficionado website. Fan site for short. You need a catchy name if you want people to notice you. This is all a bit of P-Thieves propaganda. Basically, there's no point to taking down bad guys if nobody's gonna know about it. That's why I've started a blog for posts from people you guys saved, while filtering out the haters. We need the Phantom Thieves to be seen in the proper light if we want to make the name popular, right?
Thanks, Mishima.
Really? Just hearing you say that makes my all-nighters worth it. So, actually, I really want to know how you punish people.
Nope.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna ask.
Nope.
It wouldn't be any fun if you just up and told me.
That's what I do.
All, the Phantom Thieves have a reputation for being secretive.
You do?
I wish I could be more like you guys somehow.
Dude, are you...
But I'll still be here to draw attention to the stuff you do. You can leave that part to me. I'm gonna use my fan site to promote the Phantom Thieves and weed out any negative comments. Your popularity is gonna be at my mercy. Or, my fingertips. It's like I'll be your strategic image management representative, so to speak.
Okay.
Just you wait. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that title's more than just for show. I've gotta say though, managing the Phantom Thieves' reputation is tiring work. The forum gets all sorts of weird posts, including tons of things unrelated to reforming society. It'd defeat the purpose of the site if the truth of the Phantom Thieves was buried among all that garbage. Oh, but you don't need to worry. I'll sort through all the trash. Speaking of which, I've actually already found some worthwhile info about our very own school. Our quest to boost your popularity can start close to home. I'll give it my all.
Thanks, Mishima. I think. Well, hopefully I'll never have to go after his shadow. Jeez Louise.
All right. I might be overworking myself, though.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
Man, I'm exhausted. I think I'd fall asleep on the spot if I weren't talking to you.
Go to bed.
Head home. See you later.
Oh my God, Shima. Take it from an overworker. You need to carefully manage that sleep schedule. No, go to sleep. No, don't.
Hey.
It's already evening. As I say, can I, like, please go buy my thing?
Hey, hey.
Let's go and go with that.
Well then.
Okay, so I need to go here, I think. Give me my juice.
What do you want?
Oh, guts.
Well then.
Glug, glug, glug. I was actually just thinking if I want to do that, Don Crow. Let's see what it gets us.
What are your thoughts?
It's more money. And it raises proficiency. Sure, why not? Let's do a round of that.
Right. Oh.
But first...
Welcome.
Let's see. Let's just go up the list. Yeah, I saw that, Adventures. Some of the names are pretty funny. They arrested a teacher for being physically abusive. Back in our day, that was normal. I guess times are changing. Okay, so I turned in that. Was there something else I was going to buy? There was, yeah. I was going to try this, wasn't I? Good night, Dream Whisperer. Yeah, I'm going to cut off basically right after this. Does this take time? The challenge?
Oh, you want to do it?
Ow. It does.
Yeah.
Let's say, I bet there's going to be multiple of
Thank
these.
you very much.
Yep, she even just said.
For real?
That's not that big. Of course, I've had a pound burger in real life. Yes, all of it.
Now then.
In one sitting, yes. It was a long time ago.
Now then.
Oh. Congratulations.
You ever wonder why eating challenges are a thing? Like, you ever just stop and think about that? I want you to not enjoy eating and not get nutrition out of it. So the two benefits of food are removed from the equation. So you can't enjoy it, you get no nutrition out of it, and you just need to shovel food down your throat as fast as possible. And that became a competitive thing. Why? Like, you ever wonder about that? I don't know. Whatever.
Please come again. I knew you could do it.
Guts, Inc.
Nice.
Knowledge. Charm. I'm very charming because I just gluttoned up. Well, see, that makes sense, though. There's a degree of skill and improvement involved there, Darkstar. Climbing is a sport. You know? I don't know. Whatever. I got nothing.
Wanna head back?
We must all be super fat. Super fat, man. Who cares if you can die? What would he do? You could die from doing a lot of things. You can die from tripping and hitting your head on a table. Doesn't mean you don't stop walking. Come on, man. Yeah, don't be a coward and take this gun, spin it, and then shoot it at yourself. No, I'm...
Morning. Allergies? Oh, maybe. I do feel kinda dazed and everything feels weird. But, actually, I've been having this feeling that someone's watching me.
Then I will destroy them.
Oh, maybe I just can't shake off the feeling of infiltrating a palace. At the palace, we're always cautious of not being noticed, you know? So it has to be my imagination. Yeah.
Definitely. And it's definitely not something that I'll kill later. Also, you suck, Jake the Crazy. I'd love to have some good Japanese food right now.
Oh.
I'd say 0% Jake the Crazy. They tend to lean more towards the manga thing anyways. Oh, I know. What's funny is I could say I love, you know, Japanese cuisine, or I love Mexican cuisine, or Greek cuisine, or whatever. I'm not sure there's a type of cuisine I don't like. I'm sure there's at least one.
Let's go!
It's not one I have sampled yet.
Let's go.
All right.
I admittedly tend to pick out a few dishes from any given thing and just kind of... Never had Norwegian. At least not that I'm aware of. I was actually about to say, it looks like Mementos takes up the full day. And, yeah.
I should write something.
Well, that does sound like a good plan to do tomorrow.